And you are listening to Rainbow Warrior Countdown on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health.
Dr. Jay Marumoto, the University of Hawaii's senior orthopedic surgeon, is Hawaii's leading expert in sports injury surgery. From the latest ACL bear implant reconstruction to biologically enhanced rotator cuff and labral repair surgery, Dr. Jay Marumoto continues to bring Hawaii's athletes the most advanced surgical treatments to get them back in the game. Dr. Jay Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, Hawaii's team physicians.
Are you collecting sports cards as an investment or a hobby? Tune in to the Sports Cards and Collectibles Show with me, Darren Kimura, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. I'll bring the latest news in sports cards and memorabilia, what's trending, the latest in Pokemon. Check out upcoming releases and grading services, plus exclusive interviews and your calls. Sponsored by Papa John's Pizza, MonsterBreaks.com, Fairway Independent Mortgage, the Honolulu Chinese JCs, Nakoa Football Booster Club, and 808 Showcase in Pro Ridge.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here, and I am thrilled to tell you about Kahala. Kahala Aloha shirts are stories of our island home. Stylish, comfortable, designed by local artists, Kahala has been part of our ohana since 1936. As a proud partner of Let's Talk Sports, we encourage you to wear the original Aloha shirt that generations have loved. Pick one up for yourself at one of Kahala's 6 stores island-wide, or you can visit them online at kahala.com.
For nearly 125 years, Young Brothers has been connecting Hawaii residents and businesses with safe, frequent, affordable, and reliable inter-island shipping services. We connect local farmers with grocery stores and restaurants across the state. We move building and construction materials between islands so contractors can build homes for our kamaaina. From Nawiliwili to Hilo, we're not just moving cargo, we are connecting our island communities. Young Brothers.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very much.
Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
You won't get it anywhere else. Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Closing in on tip between Hawaii and Cal Poly. Injury report brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health, creating a healthier Hawaii. Nothing new to report on the Hawaii side. Cal Poly is without Kieran Elliott, their sophomore guard who averages just over 5 points per game. This would be his 5th consecutive game missed. He is not on the trip due to an undisclosed injury. What will make Hawaii go tonight? It's brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Get up and go. Read off your notes, Derek.
All right. One, okay, it's nothing new. Transition defense. Yeah. All right, Hawaii has to be on top of that in tonight's game. If they don't get back, we all know that Cal Poly can put up a lot of points in a short amount of time. So transition defense is 1. 3, going to have to find shooters. You got to know where they're at all times. You got to locate them, and you got to stay close to them. You don't want to have any defensive lapses. You know, there was some against Santa Barbara the other game where Hawaii failed to find the shooters, and they punished them. So Hawaii's going to have to do a better job of that. And then I'll probably give a frustrating answer on this one because it's kind of like a general one, but it's respond. You know, I think that's important. I think this team has shown it in the past. But, you know, you come off of a few losses. You have a chance to, you know, win at home before going on the road. Can Hawaii respond in tonight's game, take care of the things they have to take care of?
You know, that respond part, depending how often you have to respond, if it becomes more of a regularity, it can get kind of frustrating. And sometimes when you respond, but you can't get over the hump, that can be even more frustrating. So to a degree, I think you're absolutely right. Responding is correct, But if you do, you got to be able to turn it all the way around too.
Oh yeah, and I don't know if I'd count that as the response. If you don't quite get over the hump, But if Hawaii takes care of business, is solid in all the areas they need to be, right? Definitely they've shown it in the past where they've responded and it was a game where they could get back on path.
Hawaii and Cal Poly coming up. Here's the other number I didn't give you. Cal Poly averages 84.3 points per game. Hawaii averaging 72.2. Stark differences in how and how much these teams score. Lineups and tip when we come back. It is the Rainbow Warriors and the Mustangs. This has been Rainbow Warrior Countdown on ESPN Honolulu, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health.
Be in the know about concussions with HCAM, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. If your student athlete suffers a concussion, report it right away to avoid long-term health effects. Remove them from activity and call your doctor for more information. Take concussions seriously. Their health is more important than a game. Visit the HCAMP website for more at hawaiiconcussion.com. That's hawaiiconcussion.com.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk lease offer on the all-electric 2024 BMW i4 for only $499 a month. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
Gather around, ladies, and join us Sunday, January 26th at Kapiolani Park for the Hawaii Pacific Health Women's 10K and 5K Fun Run. Embrace a healthier lifestyle and enjoy a fun-filled day. Women of all ages and fitness levels are welcome to participate by running, walking, or jogging the course. And if you can't be there in person, virtual race options are available. Register today at hbhwomens10k.org.
Everyone knows Young's Fish Market for their Hawaiian food specialties and home of the Wao Lao Lao. But did you know they can cater your next baby luau, wedding, or corporate outing? Kalua pig, squid luau, chicken long rice, shoyu poke, lomi salmon, and choice of lao lao. Check out youngsfishmarket.com and order their various courses. Delivery and serving equipment rental available. Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Hi, this is Eddie. I'm the lead lumber for Hardware Hawaii, Kailua. I like helping customers find what they need. It's not like another stranger just shopping here. My customers are like my friends, and then I just help them all, and I feel good, and it just makes my day. We're out here in the lumberyard ready to serve you.
Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
Dreaming of owning a home? At Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, we're here to make it happen with competitive rates and a local team who understand the Hawaii housing market. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or upgrading, our friendly, experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. For details or today's rates, call our mortgage hotline at 808-844-8048 or visit hawaiiusafcu.com/mortgages. Hawaii USA, life matters. An equal housing lender.
Now, University of Hawaii men's basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Driven by BMW of Honolulu. And brought to you by
Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, Hardware Hawaii, Young Brothers, Dr. J. Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program, Napa Auto Parts, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, Kahala, Dial Electric Supply, HGEA, and Young's Fish Market.
All right, tip approaching Hawaii and Cal Poly here from Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Lineups in a moment. First, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by BMW of Honolulu.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
Alongside the All-Star Derek Lowe, I'm Josh Pacheco. Let's build out each team's starting lineup. It's brought to you by Hardware Hawaii. Customer first. Cal Poly with its same starting five from Thursday's loss against UC Irvine, a 98-89 final. Jared Hyder, the grad student from San Bernardino, California, he'll run the point, 6'3", 185 pounds. Matt Griniker joining him. He's also a grad student, a guard from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, 6'5", 210 pounds. Also in the lineup, Isaac Jessup. He takes a lot of threes. He leads them in three-point percentage. He's a 6'2", 195-pound senior from Spokane, Washington. Up front, Ethan Menzies, a senior forward from Half Moon Bay, California, 6'7", 215 pounds. And Owen Kuntz, the team's leading scorer, averaging 18.1 points per game. Kuntz, a grad student from Lafayette, Colorado, again, 6'5", 195 pounds. Mike DeGeorge, in his first year at Cal Poly, 6-9, but he's got 326 career wins in 24 overall seasons. This is his first D1 job, but he's coached in D3, Eureka, Cornell of Iowa, and Rhodes. His last stop, very successful at Colorado Mesa, Division II school. The Mustangs in black uniforms, gold numbers and letters, Cal Poly across the front of the Adidas uniforms. The Hawaii lineup under 10th year head coach Eran Ganot at 164 and 107. Also the same starting lineup as 2 nights ago. Cody Williams, a junior guard at 6 feet tall, 190 pounds from Minnetonka, Minnesota. Joined at the 2 guard by Marcus Green, a 6'2", 175-pound senior from Gilroy, California. And Ryan Rapp, a senior guard from Melbourne, Australia, 6'5", 185 pounds. Ginas Namikcha, the team's leading scorer, at 6'8", 220 pounds at 1'4", 1 forward. He's a senior from Lithuania. And Tanner Christensen playing the 5, the center from Spokane Valley, Washington, at 6'10", 265 pounds. Their leading shooter and rebounder. He is a grad student. Hawaii, just like on Thursday, the white home jerseys, names, numbers, all in green with the trimming on the sides of the uniforms, black trimming on the bottom with the H logo inside. Not a bad crowd. People still filing in. We had over 3,000 that were here on Thursday. I don't know that we're necessarily at that point yet, but a decent crowd here on a Saturday night for Rainbow Warrior basketball. You look at these matchups, and one of the things that, we were talking about before the game, size. And you wonder about Tanner Christensen's role in this game. Cal Poly may not throw anybody out taller than 6'9". In fact, if you look at the roster they have, there is nobody taller than 6'9", and that is someone who rarely plays, and that's Paul Bizimana. Yeah, you got Christensen in there at 6'10". You might see Jerome Palm at 6'10" a little bit later on. Them being in, depending how the game goes, could be advantageous or detrimental.
Yeah, and it's going to be all decided on who controls the tempo. If Hawaii can control the tempo, then I think, Tanner Christensen's size will be an advantage because, they'll be able to give it to him in the post and kind of try to pound it into Cal Poly in that regard. But again, if Hawaii fails to control tempo and allows Cal Poly to go up and down, then, you're just going to have Tanner just running rim to rim endlessly, right? So Hawaii, is a lot to be seen.
Getting ready for the opening tip. It's brought to you by HGEA, the Hawaii Government Employees Association. Kuntz will be in the center circle. He is 6'5". Tanner Christensen, as we mentioned, at 6'10". This should be fun. Randy Heimerman, Glenn Mayberry, Justin Shamian are officials assigned by the Big West Conference as fans get up on their feet, awaiting tip, awaiting the first basket of the game, which, given these two teams, at least Cal Poly, it might not take long. Opening tip is won and controlled by Hawaii. They will attack the goal to our left. Cody Williams has it between the circles, floats it above the elbow, right for Tanner Christensen. Looks back door, finds Marcus Green, cut off into the corner. Namikcha long 3. That's off the front iron. Rebound taken by Kuntz, and Cal Poly quickly brings it ahead. High left side, Ethan Menzies out up top to Jared Hyder. Gets inside the arc, leading with the dribble, stops above the low block, and is called for a traveling violation. You can see right out of the gate, sometimes those long outside shots, they lead to long rebounds and the tendency to run.
Yeah, and you saw Cal Poly, they passed it about 3 times up the court that quick.
30 seconds gone by, no score. Cody Williams thought about driving. Now it's into the short corner right. Out to Green, up top to Ryan Rapp. Near wing, Namiksha. And they'll get into the post in Christensen. Christensen back to the basket, turning. Help coming from the backside. Christensen doesn't see it. Out up top to Cody Williams. Shot clock down to 8. Williams picked up by Jessup. Uses a screen out high with 5. Crossover. Pulls up into an elbow jumper left. Clanks off the right side of the iron. Rebound to Riniker. On the run near side is Jessup. Williams grabs him in transition. And out high right to Menzies. Between the rings, here's Kuntz. And they'll set up something here in half court. Shocker. Kuntz guarded by Ryan Rapp. Angle right for Hyder and back to Kuntz. They move it back high left to Hyder. Hyder off a screen from Menzies. Keeps the dribble inside the arc right and out of the wing. And Kuntz gets in the lane, drives, goes up with a right-handed 2, misses off the short rim. Rebound Tanner Christensen, and Ryan Rapp will push it ahead near side of the court. 18:35 first half, no score. Rapp, top of the arc, Namiksha quickly into the left post. Christensen turns and kicks up top to Green. One hands it left wing. Namiksha triple try, knocks it down, and Hawaii scores first, 3-0. 18:23 to play in the first half, and quickly ahead is Menzies. Into the low block, he's got Christensen on his back. Menzies, left hand bounce, turns, gives up the dribble, up top to Hyder, now near side Jessup. Gets his man moved away on the jab step. His 3 from 23 feet misses right angle. Rebound to Christensen, and up ahead comes Williams. Williams dribbling high right side of the wing in Green. Christensen wants it at the post, can't get it there. Now to Namiksha, the lob into Christensen is knocked free, out of bounds. Menzies came from the backside to knock it away. It will be Hawaii inbound at the baseline.
So far, Hawaii doing a really good job on controlling tempo, both offensive and defensively.
Box formation for the Bows. Inbound to the left, far side of the court. Williams bounces it into Namiksha. Right block. His shot is blocked by Kuntz. And on the run is Jessup. Green waits for him, and Cal Poly's got to bring it out. Up top, Kuntz. Dribbles inside the arc left. Gives it to the wing. Here's a Jessup 3. It's short. Rebound at the baseline. Grabbed by Cal Poly. Lobbed into Kuntz in the paint. Throws it out up top for Hyder. Triple try. That's off the right rim. Long rebound goes to Kuntz. Here comes a third chance. Right is Riniker. Penetrates mid-block. Back out Kuntz. He'll go baseline. Spins on Williams. Right-handed 2 is no good. Off the short front rim. But a foul called, and free throws coming for Cal Poly. And it's going to be the first foul on Cody Williams.
Now that's what Hawaii can expect. I think you said it. Long shots equal long rebounds. And, that was 2 offensive rebounds for Cal Poly. Just the ball bouncing far away from the basket.
Oh, and Kuntz is a great free throw shooter. He'll shoot a pair here. The first one, shorts. Kuntz came into the game 90.2%. Last year at Colorado Mesa, he was 90.3. We just saw the number dip.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does with the second.
Under 90.
Second one is good. 1 of 2 from the line, and that's Cal Poly's first point. 3-1 Hawaii, 17:26 left in the half. Cody Williams will exit. Tom Beattie enters the game for him. Beattie, the sophomore at 6'5" from Auckland, New Zealand. 3-1 Hawaii, 17:23 left here in the first half, and Cal Poly enters a 2-3 zone. Green between the rings, one-hand pass right, Rapp. They lob it into Christensen. Gets 2 men up in the air and eases a 2-hand shot right off the glass and in from point blank to make it 5-1. Nice lob from Rapp. Down to the short corner near side. A spin move from Riniker. Turns around. Reverse lay and misses. 2 men go to the ground, and they're going to call basket interference on Namiksha as his hand was inside the netting. And it will be 2 points for Cal Poly for Riniker.
And you saw that as quick as Hawaii scored that basket, Cal Poly was down quicker, so fast that Hawaii wasn't able to have any backside help on that.
That's a great call by the official. The hand was inside the netting on the right side. Riniker went around left. That's why the 2 was given. Beattie near side wing, a 5-3 Hawaii lead, 16:52 to play in the half. The bad pass from Beattie going left to right. It's taken away by Kuntz. Kuntz spins in the lane. Bounce pass across left. Lay-in no good from Aaron Price Jr., who just checked in. And back comes Hawaii right with Marcus Green. Green off a Christensen pick to Namiksha. Lobs mid-block. Christensen turns, goes up. Fouled on the way up to the goal by Riniker. And 2 free throws for Tanner Christensen coming.
Great high-low pass, from Namiksha into Tanner Christensen.
The players that entered the game just a short time ago, just to catch everybody up. Peter Bondal, a freshman guard from Slovenia at 6'4". And then, as we mentioned, Aaron Price Jr., a power forward from Las Vegas, Nevada, as Christensen's first free throw is short. Score remains 5-3. You make a good point on the high-low passing, but it does seem Hawaii has made it a point early, involved Tanner Christensen in the game, as the second free throw also clanks off the front rim. Riniker comes up with the board. 16:29 to play in the half. High left side, Bondol. Pass a little behind Kuntz, but he grabs it, dribbles left of the lane, leans in, turns right around Beatty. That's a tough shot, but the offensive board goes to Riniker. Near side to Price, and out high left, Jessup. Jessup gets it back top of the arc on the pass, drives right of the lane, goes around Christensen, straddles the baseline unsuccessfully. His foot was on the line, and he's out of bounds.
Yeah, Hawaii's doing a good job on the defensive end so far, not giving Cal Poly the easy looks that they're hoping for.
Harry Rulidev comes in for Gitas Mamiksha. Nearly 4 minutes elapsed. 5-3 Hawaii leading Cal Poly. Green, bounce pass far wing for Tom Beatty. Beatty looks into the post for Rulidev, and the pass is out of his reach. That's 2 turnovers already on Beatty since he's come into the game, and a Hawaii turnover leading to our under 16 timeout. 15:56 to go in the opening half. Bows lead the Mustangs 5-3. You're listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving.
Aloha, this is Daryl Turner, General Manager of Napa, Hawaii. As we celebrate nearly 70 years in the islands, I'd like to say mahalo to our employees, our independent store owners, our business partners, and you, our loyal customers. Over the years, we've grown to 36 stores across Hawaii, Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Lanai, Hawaii Island, and American Samoa. We look forward to serving your automotive needs for many more years to come. Mahalo.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by BMW of Honolulu.
Cal Poly 5-3, 15:56 to go here in half number 1. We've seen Derek Lowe, Cal Poly, try to incorporate that quick pace early on. It seems like Hawaii's been ready for it, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I think their transition defense has been pretty spot on so far. You know, aside from, not getting back quick enough where Namiksha, his offensive player, was able to turn baseline quickly and get that little goaltending. But other than that, I think Hawaii has been chasing well. They've been really making Cal Poly, forcing them into action that they don't really want. They want to shoot threes, but Hawaii has been pushing them off the three-point line and making them put the ball on the ground. So,
when Gitas Mamiksha came out of the game a short time ago and he was replaced by Harry Rulidev, one of the things that Aran Janat said to him as he put him right to the front of the bench, he said, hey, you got to guard your guy. So an early defensive tone kind of set by the Hawaii coaching staff. We see Aaron Hunkin-Clater enter the game for Tom Beatty for Hawaii. That sub brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. We're hearing Lion King for whatever reason. 15:52 to go in the half. Hawaii's up 5-3. Noteworthy, by the way, they took the last 2 off the board, so I guess they reversed the goaltending. There's a foul called. It's going to go on Marcus Green, a hold. So that is interesting. I wasn't aware that they took the goaltending off the board, but they did. So the score is 5-1. Inbound coming from Guzman Vasilic, who entered it at the last stoppage. Here's Hyder dribbling inside the arc left, almost stumbled, gave up the dribble at the wing. To the right wing, Bondol for 3. That is short. Rebound tapped out. Hunkin-Clater's got it at the free throw line for Hawaii. He'll run ahead, but he doesn't have the numbers. Hunkin-Clater gets to the center of the floor. Bondol's on him. Looks left. Here's Rulidev at the angle, just above the wing. Wrap back out to Hunkin-Clater. Above the high post right, Christensen. Christensen squares, hands off to Marcus Green. Uses the dribble, goes right of the lane, gets to the goal. He's cut off, however. Turning, spinning with 7 in the corner. Hunkin-Clater floats up an 11-footer. It misses. And the rebound grabbed by Menzies. Hurrying ahead near side is Hyder. Cal Poly still looking for its first field goal. Hyder driving on Green, turns, cut off. To the right wing, Vasilic leads into the paint, draws help from Christensen. To the right wing, Menzies fakes a 3. Gets in the paint, ball ripped free. It comes back out, however, high left to Vasilic. Shot clock is at 10. To Hyder, free throw line extended left. Off the Vasilic pick. Step back. He'll take a three straight away off the right side iron. Rebound tracked down and saved by Kuntz, but it's going to be Hawaii who comes up with possession. Hawaii a 5-on-4. Trying to look left for Rulidev. The pass was deflected. It will stay Hawaii basketball on the near side, 23 to shoot, as Cody Williams will enter in for Tanner Christensen.
I think Hawaii had an opportunity, a missed opportunity on that possession. Kuntz was trailing far back. Unfortunately, it was tipped.
Luka Tarlac enters for Cal Poly, a junior from Belgrade, Serbia. We also see Riniker re-enter. Hawaii brings back Cody Williams. And Akira Jacobs in for Tanner Christensen. Hunkin Clater inbound, thrown in. Angle left to Ryan Rapp. And you'll move it out to the far side of the floor. Gets a Rulidev screen, keeps the dribble, one-hands it left for Jacobs, into the post looking for Rulidev. There was contact between Rulidev and Bondol, and the foul is going to be given to the Slovenian freshman, his first. That's the second team foul against Cal Poly. Hawaii to inbound, baseline left near side, box formation as Hunkin Clater looks to trigger. Will float it in Rulidev at the wing. Hands off to Hunkin Clater coming to the ball. And back to the left wing, Ryan Rapp. Rapp trying to gain an angle to get it inside. Can't do it. To Hunkin Clater, top of the arc. Left side slot to Rapp. Steps back, won't take the three. Up top to Hunkin Clater with 7. Crossover dribble. Hunkin Clater crosses right of the lane. Finds Jacobs flashing to the basket. His 2-0 was challenged by Riniker. It will go out of bounds. Last touch by Hawaii. A nearly flawless looking back cut from Jacobs, but Riniker challenged at the last moment. 6 minutes gone by first half. Hawaii leading 5-1. Cal Poly hasn't scored about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Hyder spins high slot left. Steps back and will take a three. That's off the right rim. Rebound tap to the air. Hunkin Clater has it with a 2-on-2. He'll slow down. Finds Jacobs, the back runner, back to Hunkin Clater to the right wing, Cody Williams. To Rapp at the angle. He'll drive lane right. Lost the dribble. Trying to regain it on the ground. Is on one knee, sitting on the basketball. And they are going to say he is out of bounds. Sitting on the basketball will not gain you possession.
No, it won't.
But you don't see that all that often. Isaac Jessup re-enters for Bondol. Here's the number for Cal Poly, and they take a lot of threes. 0 for 6 so far the first 6.5 minutes. Still trailing 5-1. Left side drive, that's Riniker. Will throw it out high right. It's thrown away. Cut off by Hunkin Clater. 4-on-4. He looks to the baseline, left and Jacobs steps back for 3, and he knocks it down. Hawaii's second 3 of the evening, and it's Jacobs. It's an 8-1 start for the Rainbow Warriors. 13:08 left in the half. Baseline drive, Hyder. Lost it as he was going toward the baseline. Williams the steal. Hawaii has numbers 5-on-4. Rapp fakes the pass into the corner. Jacobs wants another. That's off the backside iron. Rebound grab by Vasilic. And Cal Poly wants to push. Here's Riniker to the near side. Jacobs cuts him off. Here's a spin move and a kick. Left corner 3, Jessup. That's good. And that's Cal Poly's first triple and its first field goal with 12:44 left in the half. 8-4 Bows. Hunkin Clater the other way. Hands it to Williams coming to the ball. One hands it high left, Rapp, and above the wing for Jacobs. Skips it top of the arc. Rulidev touch pass to Rapp. Who will dribble off a screen right. Looks inside for Rulidev, and there is a foul that is called away from the ball. About 10 feet away from where the ball was. It's going to be on Tarlac, who I think was up. I think it was a push with Jacobs, and Tarlac picks up his first foul.
You know, Hawaii has been doing a really, really good job, getting back, and they don't want to get into that track meet match with this team by having those, quick shots and then not getting back quick enough.
Gidis Namiksha enters for Hawaii. Here's Jacobs to Namiksha, angle left. Now to the wing, Cody Williams. Really that battling inside. They can't get it there. Back out Hunkin Clater, the right, and Jacobs penetrates on his man. Spins. Takes a floater to the right of the lane. Way off the mark. And Jessup runs the other way. So Vasilic, and cutting back is Riniker. Moves it to the right side corner. Quick trigger 3 is short from Jessup. Long rebound to Cody Williams, who loses it. Jacobs able to grab it. He gets tripped up, loose ball, and Cal Poly takes it away. Driving the other way was Caden Ward. He lost it. It comes back out, though. 3 for Jessup, around and in. Cody Williams had lost it as he was bumped into by Ward. Jacobs couldn't hold on to the loose ball as he was tripped up. Ward went the other way, missed the lane, but they got the three. Cal Poly's within one. 8-7, 11:39 to play in the first half. Hunkin Clater gives up the bounce, finds Jacobs well above the right wing. Up top to Namiksha, now near side Hunkin Clater. Shot clock down to 10. Hunkin Clater looking for Rulidev, finds him 13 feet away, back to the basket. Help comes, they'll skip it out right for Jacobs with three. Launches from about 30 feet, that's around the rim and out. Rebound tip near the baseline, and it comes to Riniker. They'll push it ahead, Jacobs, or check it, Jessup middle of the floor. Jessup back to the basket, underhands Riniker. Top of the arc, around high left to Caden Ward. Ward dribbling right of the lane, leans. Scoop lane around Namiksha's blocked by Namiksha. And Rulidev comes up with a loose change. Hunkin Clater hurrying ahead. Looks inside, finds Namiksha. Quick swiping to no. Jacobs put back this short, but he'll go to the free throw line. Had a couple of really ugly shots from Hawaii's offense. Jacobs, the offensive rebound, will get him to the free throw line as Kuntz is called for the foul with 10:54 remaining in the first half. Hawaii 8-7 lead on Cal Poly. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Gather around, ladies, and join us Sunday, January 26th at Kapiolani Park for the Hawaii Pacific Health Women's 10K and 5K Fun Run. Embrace a healthier lifestyle and enjoy a fun-filled day. Women of all ages and fitness levels are welcome to participate by running, walking, or jogging the course. And if you can't be there in person, virtual race options are available. Register today at hphwomen's10k.org.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk lease offer on the all-new 2024 BMW X3 for only $579 a month. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii has gone a little cold from the floor. They haven't scored in about 2.5 minutes. Cal Poly on a 6-0 run has gotten within one. Bows 8, Cal Poly 7, 10:54 to go here in the first half. And we talked about how Hawaii has done well defensively in transition. And while that is still the case, Cal Poly is finding itself a little bit of a groove.
Yeah, and again, to what you said, Hawaii has done an exceptional job on the transition defense area, but you can kind of see sometimes they kind of get caught in that speed. So just because they played good transition defense and they got a turnover or something, they're flying down. They don't have numbers, but they still feel like they got to score quick. No, you don't. Like, be opportunistic. If you can score a transition layup or something really easy, take it. But if not, you got to know when to pull it back out, right? And then, again, make Cal Poly play defense. Make them get tired on defense and then get a good shot. But it seems like they're having a trouble kind of figuring out that balance.
Marcus Green checking in at the timeout. He joins Hunkin Clater, Namiksha, Christensen, and Akira Jacobs, who hits the first free throw. On the floor for Cal Poly, Jared Hyder, Caden Ward, a freshman from Weston Ranch, California. Isaac Jessup is also out there. Owen Kuntz as the second free throw misses, and Aaron Price Jr. Running ahead is Ward as he's picked up by Jacobs in the open floor. Hyder, high left side to the top of the three-point line, and Price Jr. Price gives it to Hyder coming to the ball, works off the left side screen, takes a three off the bounce and misses. Jacobs gets the rebound right over his own man in Hunkin Clater, and AC will bring it ahead. He's rubbing his head. I think partly for the play call, also partly because he got hit by a stray arm from Jacobs. Hunkin Clater moves left, goes into the corner in Green. Looking into the post, Christensen wants it. Green's going to drive instead. Cut off near the lane line. Right corner, Jacobs for three. That's off the short rim. Rebound grab by Hyder. The outlet goes left, Jessup. He'll center the floor. One hands it to Hyder, about 25 feet away. Stepping back, hesitates. Now gave up the bounce. Has to get the ball away and does to Ward near the far sideline. Crossover dribble inside the arc. Stepping back on Jacobs. One hands it right. Difficult two around. No good from Price. It was challenged by Jacobs on the way up. Green pushing ahead. Goes away from a screen. Steps back at the wing and will come out. Finds Namiksha top of the arc. Left wing Hunkin Clater. Chest pass straight away. Christensen around right. Akira Jacobs drives baseline. Jacobs runs to the rim and is called for a very blatant offensive foul. sending his right forearm into the chest of Kuntz on his way to the rim. That is foul number 1 on Jacobs.
Yeah, that was an obvious one. But I think Akira kind of knew it. Like, he kind of went to the rim without a plan, didn't know what he was going to do when he got cut off, and unfortunately, stuck that arm out and got the charge.
I don't know if you can hear the Hawaii bench, but their argument was that Kuntz was inside the restricted area, inside the circle, but they're not going to get any challenge on it. 9-7 Hawaii, 9:31 to play in the first 20. Ward off the screen, poked away by Green, but Ward recovers. Price has it now 25 feet away right as he drives toward the low block. Christensen on his back, bounce pass in the lane. Difficult shot by Kuntz. He's swatted away by Namiksha. And Christensen comes up with a loose ball. Green will run ahead near side, one hands it to Beatty. Thought about the 3, crosses his man off the bounce to Green. Left angle 3, no good. High rebound there for Jared Hyder. And Hyder looks to run ahead. Hawaii gets back defensively. Jessup gets in the lane. Bounce pass across left. Right-handed 2 for Aaron Price off the left block goes in. And we're tied at 9. 8:55 to go in the first half. There's a transition 2.
Transition 2. Hawaii has to do a better job of stopping the ball earlier.
Hunkin Clater off a Christensen screen has the mismatch with Price on him. That ball got knocked free. Hunkin Clater gets it back between the rings. Namiksha overhead pass in the paint. Finds Christensen and he flushes it down with a 2-hand dunk. Hawaii back ahead 11-9. 8:32 to go in the first half. One of Derek Lowe's tones early on. High-low passing. Seeing it there. Here's a drive to the low block. Hyder. Turnaround right-hander. No good. Second chance blocked by Hunkin Clater. Hyder gets it back. Out right. They get it up top now to Kuntz. Kuntz drives, turns, fading 14-footer, middle of the paint, misses. Namiksha comes up with the rebound and gets the outlet to Green. Cal Poly shooting 3 of 19 from the floor early on. Green going right lane line. Kicks out Namiksha at the angle. He'll drive on his man. Namiksha to the rim. Is fouled on his way up, and he will shoot free throws. That's going to be the second on Owen Kuntz. Important there with 8:03 left in the half. I go back to a couple of possessions ago. Take me through that look that you saw. Namiksha outside the three-point line with a great pass finding Christensen.
Yeah, I mean, I think Namiksha saw the mismatch. You had Jessup, like, basically trying to front Christensen.
First free throw in, by the way.
And that's a no-brainer. You got to get that into the mismatch and let Tanner Christensen score.
Cody Williams back in for Aaron Hunkin Clater. Tom Beatty is in the game as well. See Bondel in for Cal Poly. Namiksha's got one more. Foul shot away. Good. Hawaii leads 13-9. 8:03 left in half number 1. Hyder coming forward. Riniker on the floor. Jessup is there. Aaron Price Jr. also on the court along with Bondel. High left side is Jessup. Talking openly, wanting a screen. Looking in the lane. Can't get it there. Now goes right to Riniker. Throws it left to Hyder. One hands it back to Riniker. Right to Sletter. Riniker driving left, leads it on Christensen, gets some space, throws it right for Jessup. Long 3 off the left iron, rebound loose, and it's taken by Beatty, who looks to push ahead, far side of the court with Cody Williams. One hands it left to Namiksha, was looking to the wing, and clears away to Beatty coming to the ball. Beatty almost poked away, top of the arc, Christensen moves it above the right wing to Green. Green, 15 to shoot, throws it back straight away to Namiksha, and again to Green. He goes baseline, Green around his man. Cut off by a double team. Thrown out to Namiksha. 8 to shoot. His quick 3. That's short. Rebound in the lane from Jessup. And we'll get a foul on Marcus Green as Jared Hyder was trying to get ahead in the open floor. Green picking up his second foul. Note that with 7:10 left to play here in the first half. If you thought the score was going to be 13-9 at this point, surprise. Hawaii's leading 13-9. 7:10 left in the first half. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hey, Ronald, what you doing?
Just trying to finish this light switch before the UH football game starts.
Can I help you?
Oh, thanks, huh? Yeah, it should be easy. The guy at the hardware store gave me some instructions. Brother, the blue or the red wire?
Huh? This thing says green one.
What green one?
Oh, buddy, you saw that fuck?
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
Dr. Jay Marumoto, the University of Hawaii's senior orthopedic surgeon, is Hawaii's leading expert in sports injury surgery. From the latest ACL Bear implant reconstruction to biologically enhanced rotator cuff and labral repair surgery, Dr. Jay Marumoto continues to bring Hawaii's athletes the most advanced surgical treatments to get them back in the game. Dr. Jay Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, Hawaii's team physicians.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union. For life.
7:10 left in the first half. Rainbow Warriors lead the Mustangs 13-9. You know what sticks out here in the stat sheet, Derek Lowe? Low numbers. And it's not golf. It's field goal shooting. Cal Poly 3 of 20 from the floor, shooting 15%, 2 of 11 from beyond the three-point border. Hawaii 4 of 15, 26.7%, 2 of 8 from outside the three-point line, 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 5 turnovers added to that as well.
I definitely wasn't expecting these types of numbers, just like you. But, I think some of it has to be credited towards, Hawaii's defense, because they are making Cal Poly uncomfortable. Aside from a few, opportunities that Cal Poly took advantage of, Hawaii is doing a good job of sticking to them, running them off the three-point line, and making them finish at the basket, which is not necessarily a game that Cal Poly wants to participate in.
It'll be the Mustangs bringing in left to right. Ethan Menzies gets the lobbed in, inbounds pass to Bondel, top of the arc. Bondel inside the arc, right side, looking for a man to come to him. He doesn't, so back straight away to Vasilic. Guarded by Ryan Rapp. Passes right wing, Hyder goes baseline, kicks back to Vasilic, and into the corner again, Hyder, 13 on the timer. One hands it to Vasilic, around left to Bondel. Bondel spins left of the paint, gave up the dribble, bounce pass and a cutter. The lay-in good on the cutter from Riniker, going left to right to the baseline and the reverse lay-in. 13-11 Hawaii, 6:39 left in the half. Back the other way, Cody Williams, who came in at the timeout. Williams shakes away from his screener, stops about 15 feet away, left wing, out to Ryan Rapp. Chest pass back around right to Namikship, and free throw line extended far side to Beatty. Penetrates and kicks Rapp. Doesn't take the three. He'll get to the free throw line. Back up top to Beatty with 7. Beatty, left lane line drive into the corner. Williams, triple try. That's off the right rim. Rebound tipped out, and it's grabbed by Hyder, spinning away from Williams. Bounces it ahead to Bondel. Beatty picks him up in transition. Straight away Menzies. Looks left, gave up the bounce, and will throw it out near midcourt to Bondel. Bondel one-on-one with Beatty, drives in the lane. Bondel gets some space. His lay-in lips off the front side of the iron. Rebound to Miksha, the outlet to Williams. Skips it left to Rapp. Rapp will float it into Christensen at the block. Help coming to the backside. Christensen sees it. Up top, Beatty, triple try. Got it! Right down the chute for Tom Beatty. And Hawaii takes a 16-11 lead. Running ahead is Riniker. Riniker kicks to the right corner. Here's a three from Bondel. Can't answer. It's off the near side of the iron. Rapp will look to push it ahead. Hawaii does not have numbers to Namiksha, angle left, and quickly in Christensen. Christensen back to the basket, looking around, surveying, kicking right wing. Rapp triple try. That's off the heel. Rebound taken by Menzies at the baseline and gets it out left to Vasilic. Vasilic hands off for Bondel. Bondel will go short corner against Rapp. Now back to the basket. One hands it out, Vasilic into the near side, Hyder. Hyder, 17 on the shot clock. Gets to the top of the arc. Now inside the three-point line. Will skip it right wing. Open three away, and no good for Menzies. That gets every part of the rim. It comes out near side. Williams has the rebound, and Hawaii will have him walk it ahead. 4:53 left in the half. 16-11. Hawaii's leading. Williams, chest pass Beatty, coming to the near side. Goes top of the arc, Christensen lobs into the paint for Namiksha, gets a left-hand lay it in, and Hawaii takes an 18-11 lead on the Christensen dime to Nemo. 4:35 left in the half. High right to Riniker, drives in the paint, floats it left corner. 3 ball for Vasilic, that goes down. Cal Poly's third triple, they're 3 of 14 from outside the three-point line, and it's an 18-14 Hawaii lead. 4:21 left in the first half. Beatty driving baseline, gets a man in the air. Right-hander off the window is good. Beatty coming up with a little bit of offense. A 20-14 Hawaii lead. Beatty with 5 off the bench. Quickly to the far wing, Hyder. Hyder in the lane. Around Williams, that too high off the window misses. Namiksha the rebound, and he's looking to push ahead. They had numbers momentarily, then Namiksha didn't see the trailer coming from the backside. Throws it right to him. Hyder lob in the lane for Riniker. Brought it down, and is fouled by Namiksha, who pushed him at the baseline, trying to force him out of bounds. Foul number 1 on Namiksha, and Eran Ganat is livid as he sees that effort there on the other side. 3:54 to go in the half. It is 20-14, Hawaii ahead of Cal Poly. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Bring over your funds to Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union from another financial institution and secure it with a great rate for 5 months. Earn an amazing 4.25% annual percentage rate. Get in while the rates are still in the fours. Don't miss this opportunity. Rates are rapidly changing. Get your 4.25 annual percentage rate for a 5-month certificate today. Check out Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union at hificu.com today.
Membership open to Oahu and Maui residents. Federally insured by NCUA. Rate subject to change without notice. $2,000 minimum to open. Money used to fund certificate must come from an external source. Penalty for early withdrawal. Fees could reduce earnings. Other rates available.
At Dial Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Driven by BMW of Honolulu.
3:54 remaining in the first half, and despite the 20-14 Hawaii lead, I think you could argue, Derek, to some degree, it's been a frustrating half, even on Hawaii's side. The 20 points is low, shooting 35% from the floor, but at times, very unclean basketball.
Yeah, it seems like Hawaii hasn't been able to really get into a rhythm offensively. Again, I go back to saying I think they're having a trouble finding that balance and tempo. The defensive side, I got no problem with. Hawaii's doing a good job. Their closeouts are sharp. They're sticking to the shooters. They're not letting them take clean looks from the three. But it seems like they're trying to play fast offense as well, which is speeding them up. And then, they have them forcing things that they don't necessarily want to do. So far, the high-low pass has probably been the most successful thing for Hawaii. But that's not going to happen if you just try to put your head down and drive, and not having an idea. High-low passes work from getting the ball inside, moving it side to side, and then hitting the high-low.
Baseline entry coming from Cal Poly off of the Namiksha foul. They get into the right corner. Isaac Jessup throws it out well away from the basket to Menzies. Hard dribble left. Will bounce it to Rinneker getting in the lane. Rinneker driving two, no good. Gets his own rebound and taps it in as Ruledeff was cleared away on the defensive effort. And Cal Poly's back within 4, 20-16 Hawaii. 3:37 left in the half. Hunkin Clater in off the timeout, handling the offense here. Dribbles left, gets to the wing, and Jacobs gets inside the arc. Back out Hunkin Clater off of one dribble to the top and Cody Williams, and around right to Tom Beatty. Beatty picked up by Kuntz with 2 fouls. Straight away, Jacobs, left wing Williams. Wide open for 3, and that's good. Hawaii's 4th 3 of the evening, and it's Williams who knocks it down. 23-16. That 3 brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters with 3:07 left in the half. To the free throw line, Kuntz in a low block. Here's Rinneker, spins on Jacobs, cut off. Good help defense. Floater in the paint. That will get in from about 5 feet from Menzies. And Cal Poly back within 5. 23-18, 2:53 in the half. Hunkin Clater quickly into the front court right. Just past Jacobs straight away and looks left. There's Williams, guarded by Kuntz. Again, top of the arc, Ruledeff looking to the right side. Bounce pass. What a find! Beatty goes up off the back cut and a one-hand dunk. What a look. What a slam. 25-18 Hawaii. 2:31 left of the half. Vasilic to the top of the arc against Cody Williams. Crossover dribble. Underhands it back to Rinneker. Driving on Jacobs. Spins. Kicks left corner. Vasilic thought about the 3. Instead gets his man in the air. Pulls up the baseline. A two-pointer from 14 feet. Misses. Here comes the pace as Hunkin Clater comes ahead. To Jacobs' high right side. Moves to the right corner and Beatty. Back to the wing. Gave up the bounce. Again, straight away Ruledeff to the wing and Williams. Williams steps back. They draw help to Ruledeff. Skip pass right wing Beatty, who's got 7 off the bench. Jacobs 3 at the angle. Clanks off the back rim. Rebound free to Isaac Jessup. 1:51 left in the half. 25-18. Racing ahead is Kuntz. His 2 challenge. No good. But a late whistle and a foul on the way up. If that's on Jacobs, it's his second. The foul's on Jacobs, his second. I laugh because Glenn Mayberry, before he gave the foul, he said, hey, he knows he fouled him. And that's Jacobs' second.
Yeah. And you can hear the UH coaching staff yelling at the Hawaii players to get back because they saw they weren't quite set. which resulted in Cal Poly for Kuntz to get that foul.
I don't think I've ever heard an official say he knows he fouled him. As Kuntz, who went 1 of 2 his last time by at the free throw line, goes to the charity stripe. He hits the first. 25-19, and a number of subs here for the Mustangs. Caden Ward is back in, so is Aaron Price Jr., Peter Bondel, and Jared Hyder. One more for Kuntz, who's got 2 points, all from the free throw line. Second one for Kuntz is good. And it's 25-20, Hawaii leading, 1:45 left in the first half. Hunkin-Clater, Ruli left, high left side, back to Hunkin-Clater between the rings, goes to Beatty above the wing. Point line, though. Looking into the post, Christensen wants it instead, top of the arc, Beatty. Fakes right, now passes right to Williams, who will dribble back and reset. Looks up for Christensen instead to the right wing. Rulideff with 6. Drives baseline. Rulideff around his man, and a push going to be called on Cal Poly as Rulideff was on his way. That's going to be a foul on Kuntz. That's number 3 on Owen Kuntz. And he's going to have to quickly come out of the game with Isaac Jessup in for him. That's huge. That was team foul number 6, and it was a non-shooting foul. So Hawaii will inbound baseline to the left, far side of the court. Inbound into the low block, and an easy 2 for Tom Beatty on the left side. 27-20 Hawaii, 1:14 left in the half. High left Bondel. Dribbles straight away. Trying to shake Rulideff and he can't. Near wing and Ward back out between the circles and Jessup. Jessup one-on-one with Hunkin-Clater. They clear a little bit of space away. Try to shake him off the bounce. Can't do it. Shot clock down to 9. Gave up the dribble. High right is Jared Hyder. Hyder inside the arc right. Now trying to get in the paint on Williams. Brings it back out. Bondel open for 3. That's around and out. Rebound Christensen as he stumbles. And he stumbled because he was fouled. And Aaron Price Jr. says, come on, I couldn't have been the fouler. He was. That's his first. And free throws for Tanner Christensen. He'll shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah, that's a good stop for Hawaii. You know, that was a tough one. You know, Cal Poly, they dribble penetrated, and you know they were in help position, but somehow the guy just relocated to the 3-pointer, and you know was able to get a kick out and a wide open one. Fortunately for Hawaii, they missed, but they secured the rebound.
Front end of the 1 and 1 off to the right side, and Christensen 0 for 3 from the free throw line so far in this game. Quickly is Cal Poly, 38 seconds left in the half, trailing 27-20. Hyder, left angle against Williams, gets inside the arc, goes to the left corner, and Aaron Price Jr. inside the 3-point line and out to Bondel, who drives. Bondel around his man, gets the lane to go, and it's 27-22, 20 seconds left in the half. Let's see if Hawaii's going to use a timeout here, and they will. They'll use it or lose it 30 with 16.1 remaining in half number 1. A 27-22 Hawaii lead. Hawaii has never trailed in this half. And this timeout brought to you by HCAP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. One time here, Derek, that you can control for the last shot, not really worry about pace here, just look for the best shot you can.
Yeah, best shot. You know, in a game as low scoring as this is, you know, every point is going to matter. You know, so Hawaii's going to, you know, look to draw something up, hopefully get something clean and in rhythm, and give them the best opportunity to go into the halftime, you know, up a couple extra points.
Tom Beatty, Harry Rulideff, Tanner Christensen, Aaron Hunkin-Clater, Cody Williams on the floor. What about the effort from Tom Beatty? 9 points, 4 of 4 shooting, including a 3-point make in 11 minutes. He has been huge. He's leading Hawaii in scoring.
Yeah, his activity has been really well. I mean, driving the ball, finding backdoor cuts, you know, super active.
Beatty will inbound at the head of the Cal Poly bench to our left. Again, shot clock off, 16.1 left in the half. The inbound is into Cody Williams. 0 versus 0 with Jared Hyder on him. Standing, now walking dribble between the circles. Christensen comes to set the screen. Williams uses it, draws the double team to the near side. Beatty drives with 3, draws help with 2. Fading from 10, misses short. Christensen gets the rebound, can't put it back in as he was twirling off of some contact. And Hawaii will take a 27-22 lead into the locker room after 20 minutes. Maybe not the look you were hoping for at that point, but you got one, and somewhat of a second, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a decent look. I think maybe, they were trying to see if they could get Beatty going downhill a little bit better, but his angle was taken away. Nonetheless, it was clean, and at least they didn't let Cal Poly have another opportunity.
Your score here at the break, Rainbow Warriors lead Cal Poly 27-22, the halftime report. When we come back, you're listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
I'm Hal. I'm Jerry.
I'm K-Hal.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us. Itagyuti listahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us. We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here, and I am thrilled to tell you about Kahala. Kahala Aloha shirts are stories of our island home. Stylish, comfortable, designed by local artists, Kahala has been part of our ohana since 1936. As a proud partner of Let's Talk Sports, we encourage you to wear the original Aloha shirt that generations have loved. Pick one up for yourself at one of Kahala's 6 stores island-wide, or you can visit them online at kahala.com.
When you got the hungries, go to Young's Fish Market in Honolulu. Young's Fish Market is your headquarters for an extensive menu full of local favorites. Get the Lau Lau plate, Kalua pig, or the beef stew. How about tripe stew, pipi kaula, lomi salmon, and squid luau. Get 10% off for Military Monday, Senior Tuesdays 60 and over, or every day for EMS, law enforcement, and firefighters. Just show your ID. Visit youngsfishmarket.com, home of the famous Wow Lau Lau.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving.
Aloha, this is Daryl Turner, General Manager of Napa, Hawaii. As we celebrate nearly 70 years in the islands, I'd like to say mahalo to our employees, our independent store owners, our business partners, and you, our loyal customers. Over the years, we've grown to 36 stores across Hawaii, Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Lanai, Hawaii Island, and American Samoa. We look forward to serving your automotive needs for many more years to come. Mahalo.
Hey, Rada, what you doing?
Just trying to finish this light switch before the UH football game starts.
Can I help you?
Oh, thanks, huh? Now, it should be easy. The guy at the hardware store gave me some instructions. Brother, the blue or the red wire?
Huh? This thing says green one.
What green one?
Oh, brother, you saw that fuck?
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
This is the Rainbow Warrior Halftime Report, presented by Jay Marumoto of Orthopedic Associates.
We're at the break here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. It's Hawaii ahead of Cal Poly, 27-22. Shooting has been a problem, especially on the Mustang side. A team that on average shoots 46.9% from the floor. They've been held to 25, 8 of 32, including 3 of 15 from outside the three-point line. And granted, they'll take 31.7 three-point shots per game, so they're about halfway there. But the clip to which they're shooting it has not been great as well. We got to start, I think, with Hawaii's defense here in the first 20 minutes. What have you seen from their effort that has held Cal Poly to this 22-point low?
Aside from, a few instances where Cal Poly was able to, find the rim a few times, Hawaii has gotten back on defense, plain and simple. I think they definitely scouted Cal Poly correctly. They're sprinting back, they're building their wall, and then they're picking up their shooters early. I think on Hawaii's end, and you can tell the guards are really getting into the shooters. They're making everyone drive the basketball. Okay, you as long as we don't let you shoot a three, you can drive the basketball all you want and then let them make mistakes. Cal Poly made a few mistakes, stepping out of bounds, ill-advised passes and whatnot. And you can see that Cal Poly, they're not very good at finishing, or they haven't finished well in the first half, right? Because they're all they want to look at is they want to drive hard. They want to find the person on the three. They want to find the skip pass on the three. So, good job for Hawaii not completely, but doing a really good job of taking that away.
Yeah, the one thing they're getting, however, is extra opportunities because they are leading Hawaii 5-2 on the offensive glass. Let's transition to Hawaii shooting 40% from the floor, 4 of 13 from outside the arc, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. And it looks like when Hawaii has been in the half-court offense, for the most part, we've seen some expert-looking things from Hawaii. Back cuts. We saw Beanie get that dunk. We've seen Jacobs go backdoor. We've seen, you've talked about several times, the high-low passing, Namiksha Christensen being involved. We've seen some of Hawaii's best half-court offensive looks in portions of this first half.
Yeah, and you know where that comes from? That comes from playing patient on offense, doing their system, finding the ball inside, kicking it across, moving it from sideline to sideline quickly and not holding on to the ball. Cal Poly is undersized, right? So they have to overhelp. With Christensen just posts up, they have to send backside help or at least have him inside the paint, right? And then so when you swing or hit the high-low, like something's going to be open because Cal Poly is going to have to give up something because they're going to be out of position. So as long as Hawaii stays patient and looks and finds something or either one of those options, they're going to get a good look.
Tom Beanie is the game's leading scorer, 9 points, 4 of 5 shooting, 7 for Gitas Namiksha, 4 rebounds, 2 of 4 from the floor. Cal Poly is led by Isaac Jessup, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 makes from outside the arc. But the key note here is Owen Kuntz, and Kuntz has played 12 and a half minutes. All 3 of his points have come from the free throw line. He's 0 of 4 from the floor, 3 points, more importantly, 3 fouls. That is one of the big reasons why Cal Poly has been so quiet.
Yeah, I mean, a big bulk of Cal Poly's points, he hasn't been able to find the rim, and again, I think Hawaii has done a good job of keeping him quiet for the first half. Again, a whole nother half, and it's just, if Hawaii has any lapses, that's not a guy you want to, get going or have him start to build confidence or even start getting more and more to the free throw line. As a player, you see that you shoot free throws, you see a couple go in, okay, start to build confidence. Next thing you know, you're hitting shots. So, that's one thing to look out for.
Hawaii leading Cal Poly 27-22. More when we come back. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Have you been to Midas Hawaii?
Hello, Tim here from Midas Hawaii. Well, we are more than just mufflers. We are complete auto care, rated #1 in customer service. We strive to make your experience more enjoyable, whether it be for a walk-in safety check 6 days a week, brakes to radiators, or oil changes and steering. With 6 locations on Oahu, 2 on the Big Island, 1 on Kauai, our goal is to expedite your service and get you back out on the road. We also want to help you save money. For great rates, check out our webpage at MidasHawaii.com for specials, online deals, for services such as oil change, safety checks, and maintenance packages. And let's not forget about our tire services too. Midas is a one-stop shop for all your car care needs and is proud to be locally owned and operated by the Pereira family. Come in today or call us for an appointment. Remember, it always pays to have the Midas touch.
You came for this, so we do that. So we might as well.
Dr. Jay Marumoto, the University of Hawaii's senior orthopedic surgeon, is Hawaii's leading expert in sports injury surgery. From the latest ACL bear implant reconstruction to biologically enhanced rotator cuff and labral repair surgery, Dr. Jay Marumoto continues to bring Hawaii's athletes the most advanced surgical treatments to get them back in the game. Dr. Jay Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, Hawaii's team physicians.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk lease offer on the all-electric 2024 BMW iX for only $699 a month. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
Dreaming of owning a home? At Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, we're here to make it happen. With competitive rates and a local team who understand the Hawaii housing market, Whether you're looking to buy your first home or upgrading, our friendly, experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. For details or today's rates, call our mortgage hotline at 808-844-8048 or visit hawaiiusafcu.com/mortgages. Hawaii USA, life matters, an equal housing lender.
For nearly 125 years, Young Brothers has been connecting Hawaii residents and businesses with safe, frequent, affordable, and reliable inter-island shipping services. We connect local farmers with grocery stores and restaurants across the state. We move building and construction materials between islands so contractors can build homes for our kamaaina. From Nawiliwili to Hilo, we're not just moving cargo, we are connecting our island communities. Young Brothers.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii leading Cal Poly 27-22. Second half adjustments brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase. Derek, second half adjustments.
First of all, I want to say cut down on the turnovers.
Yeah.
Just 6 turnovers for Hawaii in the first half, but it did lead to 6 points, for Cal Poly. So if Hawaii can cut down, on that, they're going to save themselves on points down the stretch. Second, I think it's, Hawaii did an awesome job on transition defense, like we discussed. My thing is second half, no lapses on that. Yeah, you have to continue to make that a priority against a team like this. You don't want Cal Poly to start getting confident, to start hitting a couple because you lose your man in transition and you let them get wide open looks, because that can snowball effect. And then lastly, on offense, Hawaii, again, if there's an opportunity to run and get something in transition, quickly get something. But if not, move the ball quick and then look at your options on high-low.
27-22, Hawaii at the break. Second half when we return on ESPN Honolulu.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra is proud to be a Kama'aina favorite. Honolulu's landmark hotel has been your hotel for business, staycations, or just visiting with family and friends. Eat, shop, and stay at Honolulu's landmark hotel with easy access to Ala Moana Shopping Center and enjoy dining at Cafe 410, Pint and Jigger, the signature prime steak and seafood, or the Cafe at Dada. Enjoy your banquet, staycation, or business meeting where Kama'aina know best. It's the Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra. This is your hotel.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
What do you call something when it's flamingly amazing? Don't know. It's flamazing. Okay, what's flamazing? Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union's 5% APY 5-month share certificate special is. It's flamazing. It's an amazing, flaming hot rate. That is flamazing. 5% APY? I'm checking out hificu.com right now.
APY equals annual percentage rate. Rate subject to change without notice. Minimum $2,000 to open. For the promotional rate, all funds must come from another financial institution. All rates are subject to change without notice. Penalty for early withdrawal. Fees could reduce earnings.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank
Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 27, Cal Poly 22. Second half in a moment. First, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by BMW of Honolulu.
Your official radio home of University of Hawaii sports is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM.
Start of the second half brought to you by IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future. And it's Cal Poly with it going from right to left on your device to start frame number 2. Jared Hyder with the dribble against Cody Williams. High left side, Ethan Menzies back to the basket against Tanner Christensen. Hyder comes to the ball and grabs it. Williams runs right into him on a screen. Hyder kicks right wing. Jessup dribbles in the lane and a foul. That's going to be called on Marcus Green, trying to stop the drive, and that's the third foul on Marcus Green. And immediately Tom Beatty is going to be called to the scorer's table 15 seconds in to half number 2. 5 on the floor, Beatty, Ryan Rapp, Tanner Christensen, Cody Williams, Gitas Namiksha. For Cal Poly, Jared Hyder, Ethan Menzies, Isaac Jessup, Owen Kuntz with 3 fouls, and the left corner, Mac Riniker. Here's a mid-range 2. That's an air ball from Kuntz, and Cody Williams will bring it the other way and walk it into the front court for Hawaii. Williams finds Christensen 23 feet away with the dribble, hands off the DHO to Beatty. Now high left side to Namiksha, to the far wing, Ryan Rapp. Rapp to the top of the arc, Christensen, 13 to shoot. Hands it to Williams in between the rings. Namiksha lobs it in for Christensen, hesitates, goes up for 2, and gets it in around Menzies. Great look by Namiksha. Hawaii leads 29-22. Quickly the other way, Jessup gets in the lane and kicks right wing. Quick 3, Hyder off the back iron. Namiksha comes up with the rebound, gets it away from Rapp, and we'll give it up to Cody Williams. About a minute in to the second 29-22 Hawaii. Williams works over a Namiksha screen to Christensen straight away. Gets the ball poked out of his hands, but it ends up right in Beatty's lap. Straight away Namiksha, and to the right side corner, Rapp. Picked up by Riniker. Rapp inside the arc at the wing and back out to Christensen. They'll get into the post. Namiksha leaning in, turn to the low corner, goes up for 2 right over Riniker and puts it in. Hawaii's up by 9. 31-22. Quickly, Riniker left of the lane, gave up his dribble at the low post, and out to Kuntz. Kuntz off the screen, gets in the lane, dishes out to the wing. Hyder up top for an open 3. That's no good from Jessup. Rebound tip. Christensen controls. Cal Poly continues to be cold from outside the three-point line. As cold as this arena is. 31-22, 18-15 to play second half. Christensen between the rings. In a low post, Namiksha. Left open for 2, right around Riniker and in. Hawaii a double-digit lead for the first time. 33-22. Quickly just above the left wing, Menzies. 18:03 to play here in the game. Right side, Kuntz. Back out high left for Menzies. With 19 to shoot. Gives it to Jessup coming to the ball. Off of Menzies' screen. Jessup snakes in with the dribble in the paint. Stops, floats it up right side, and that is good. That stops the run. Hawaii leading 33-24, 17:47 to play second half. Hawaii off to a great start here at half number 2. Christensen to the near side wing, Beatty trying to drive baseline, cut off by Jessup, brings it back out to Namiksha between the circles. Dribbles left, the handoff to Rapp. Back to Christensen straight away, and a foul going to be called on Menzies, who stripped it out of his hands, but got a piece of the wrist. Menzies' first foul.
Hawaii seems to be in much, much better rhythm offensively to start the second half. I mean, their ball movement, it's real sharp. They're moving it side to side, and they're getting wide open looks on the high-low pass.
And once again, as you've talked about, the high-low play has been outstanding.
Yeah, they haven't been able to guard it so far.
Williams off a Christensen screen. Keeps the dribble, leans in the lane, floating from 10, knocks it down. Cody Williams now with 5 points, 35-24 Hawaii, 17-13 to go. Left wing Riniker for 3 off the back iron. Long rebound, knocked out of the hands of Jessup and right to Cody Williams. Williams ahead, finds Tom Beatty top of the arc, around the perimeter right to Rapp it into the corner to Namiksha. Again, straight away Beatty, guarded Jessup. Left of center to Williams and far wing Rapp will lob it in. Christensen, 12 feet away, back to the basket. Overhead pass straight away. Williams, near side to Misha. Gets his man in the air on the three-point fake, drives and kicks. And a blocking foul is going to be called on Cal Poly as he crashed into Jessup, who will pick up his first foul. And I'm looking over at Mike DeGeorge, the first-year head coach at Cal Poly, and he doesn't really have much of an argument because he was not set.
Kind of slid under while Namiksha was up in the air.
And remember the rule, you have to be set before the man gets up in the air. And clearly the officials saw it according to the rule book. Kuntz comes out. Remember, he's got 3 fouls. He's replaced by Peter Bondel. Williams will look to lob the inbound in. Does for Christensen, 19 feet away. Hands it to Ryan Rapp coming to the ball. Rapp gave up the dribble, finds Beatty right of center. He'll move the dribble left and go to Rapp. Skip pass right side wing for Namiksha. 3-ball up, 3-ball in. That is the 5th 3 of the game for Hawaii. The largest lead now, 38-24. 16:28 to play. Hyder out high right to Menzies. Menzies dribble handoff to Jessup coming to the ball. Jessup in the lane, leaning, snaking in, bounce pass in the lane. Menzies couldn't handle it. Namiksha comes up with the loose ball. He'll bring it ahead near side to Williams. Hyder grabs him in the transition. Bounce pass to the post. Here's a turn from Christensen. Kicks left, Rapp. Touch pass left corner. Beatty fakes the 3. Drives. Beatty to the rim. The right-hand lay-in is good around Menzies. 40-24. 4 minutes in second half. Hawaii ahead. One-hand pass right for Riddicker to the high left of Menzies. Gives it to Hyder. Off the Menzies screen. Step back left corner 3. That is short. Rebound goes to Namiksha. Cal Poly is struggling with 15:45 to play. A 40-24 Hawaii lead. Williams walking the ball forward, taking a little more control of the tempo of this game. Christensen, near wing for Tom Beatty. Goes off the Christensen screen, moves it up top to Namiksha, lobs it into Christensen, and will stuff it home. Hawaii's on a 9-0 run with 15:29 to go, and a timeout taken by Cal Poly. Hawaii 42, Cal Poly 24, 15:29 remaining. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here, and I am thrilled to tell you about Kahala. Kahala Aloha shirts are stories of our island home. Stylish, comfortable, designed by local artists, Kahala has been part of our ohana since 1936. As a proud partner of Let's Talk Sports, we encourage you to wear the original Aloha shirt that generations have loved. Pick one up for yourself at one of Kahala's 6 stores island-wide, or you can visit them online at kahala.com.
I'm Hal. I'm Jerry.
I'm Kehao.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us. I-tayo listahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us. We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
15:29 left to go. Hawaii up 42-24 on Cal Poly. A 9-0 run for the Rainbow Warriors to jet out to its largest lead here early in the second half. Let's talk about Hawaii's offense. It's an offense right now that looks as crisp and efficient as we have seen it all year long. Take me through how you're seeing Hawaii make it so effective here.
Oh man, it's clicking on all levels. First of all, Hawaii seems in really, really good rhythm. They're sure with their passes. They're sharing it. They're not holding on to it too long, moving it side to side. But they're looking at the high-low, and they've already hit it. Maybe I think 3 or 4 times already. So with that threat, because Cal Poly knows that Tanner Christensen is a big body, so they can get it to him. So it pulls the defense even more on the backside help. And now what does that open up? That opens up a wide open 3 for Namiksha in the corner, from a skip pass from Tanner Christensen. Then that opens up driving angles when Tanner Christensen passes it out and the defense has to over-close out, and it opens up driving lanes. So right now, Hawaii is looking real smooth on offense. Everything's going right. And then not to mention on the defensive end, they're keeping Cal Poly to 1 shot and done.
Gidus Namiksha's got 7 points here in the second half. Leads Hawaii with 14. Tom Beatty with 11. Tanner Christensen, 8.7 rebounds. This all with Marcus Green, who's got 3 fouls, has not scored in 9 minutes. And he is still off the floor. Hawaii picking up a little more man defense floor to floor. As here's a handoff right for Jessup. Pulls into a quick trigger three. That is short. Tom Beatty the rebound. He's on the run. One-on-one. Beatty saw help coming, and he decides to bring it out. High right Williams around to Rapp. Back to Williams between the circles, and they'll set up half court. Williams finds Beatty. Nope, knocked out of bounds. Pass cut by Jessup. And it will be Hawaii basketball far sideline on the other side of this message. 15:05 to play. Score remains the same. Hawaii 42 and Cal Poly 24. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Everyone knows Young's Fish Market for their Hawaiian food specialties and home of the Wow Lao Lao. But did you know they can cater your next baby luau, wedding, or corporate outing? Kalua pig, squid luau, chicken long rice, shoyu poke, lomi salmon, and choice of lao lao. Check out youngsfishmarket.com and order their various courses. Delivery and serving equipment rental available. Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk offer on any new in-stock 2024 or 2025 BMW. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
15:05 remaining. Hawaii leads Cal Poly 42-24. If I'm not mistaken, at the last stoppage, they did go to the monitor. I think they were looking to see if that last ball was last touched by Cal Poly. We've seen nothing that indicates anything different or that anything has changed, although we did see one official go to the monitor, one official go to our friends over at Spectrum Sports, but nothing as far as we know that has changed. So 42-24 your score, 15:05 to go. That replay review, albeit short, brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine where you will find exceptional offers. That number is still striking to me. Cal Poly shooting 23.1% from the floor. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, definitely is a lid on their basket on that end.
Yeah, these aren't Mott rims. They're not playing at the Mott Athletic Center tonight. Christensen, elbow left, goes across right to Namik. Should have bounced pass in the low block. Wrap, skip pass left wing. Beatty won't take the three. He'll drive instead. Floater in the paint. Planks off the back rim. Misses. Rebound corralled by Menzies, and Cal Poly's on the run. Hyder left, gets by Williams. Gets in the lane. Right-hand lane goes. And that is Cal Poly's first fast break points of the night, believe it or not. 42-26 Hawaii, 14:38 to go. Either that or they just decided not to keep the stat because everybody's running tonight. Beatty between the rings, Namicha. Dribbles left, drives lane line, stops at the low block, finds Christensen in the lane, running two, no good. They're going to call a blocking foul inside, however, on Riniker as he was trying to stymie Christensen in the paint. That'll be Riniker's second. And Christensen, who has struggled at the free throw line, will shoot two.
It's a good extra pass from Namiksha. You know, he probably could have put up the attempt himself on that left side. He was close, but he saw Tanner Christensen too deep in the paint not to give it back to him.
Tickets issued tonight, 4,763. Turnstile, 3,328. Christensen hits the first free throw. 1 of 4 now from the line tonight. Came in a 59% free throw shooter. We'll see Harry Rulideff come in for him if he knocks down the second. Meantime, Riniker's coming out. And I'm unsure why, but it almost seemed like he took himself out. He's looking for the training table. He was starting to go into the tunnel, then came back to the end of the bench. And Owen Kuntz, with his 3 fouls, ends up returning into the game. And I think the coaching staff is wondering what has happened to Riniker. Free throw goes in, Christensen out, Rulideff in. Yeah, we're kind of unsure to see what drew Riniker to come out of the game. 44-26 Hawaii leading, 14:25 remaining. Hyder, crossover dribble on Williams, gets to the rim. Running 2 off the glass is good, and it's 44-28. It seems like Hyder has found an advantage against Cody Williams getting right to the rim the last 2 possessions. Williams handoff for Beatty, chest pass deflected, but right to Rapp, high left side. Rapp to the top of the arc, and Rulideff squares, Looks right. He'll use a dribble, trying to get around his man. Instead, dribble weave to Williams. Back up top, Namiksha. Looks left. Rapp comes to the ball. Shot clock to 9. Ruliet at top of the arc. Overhead pass near wing. Beatty spins, goes baseline. Beatty gets his man cleared away. Out to Namiksha. Wide open 3. Knocks it down. Namiksha's third 3 tonight. 47-28 Hawaii. 13:41 to go. Quickly into the front court. Menzies to the high left and Jessup. Jessup in the lane, leaning on Beatty. Bounce pass across the way left. Menzies leans in for 2 around Beatty. Gets it in. 47-30 Hawaii up on Cal Poly. 13:29 to go. Mustangs starting to get some points in the paint because they're not getting them from 3. Nice looking pass inside Namiksha. Man went down. Found Ruliet in the paint. Scores easily. Another dime for Namiksha. His 4th. 49-30. 13:12 to go. High-low play at its best. Hyder top of the arc. Shakes Williams. Gets to the lane. Kicks left corner. 3 ball away. Around and out on the attempt from Bondol. And then we'll get a loose ball in the paint and a foul as Hyder had the offensive rebound. Foul's going to go against Beatty. That's number 1 on him. See a couple of subs with Vasilich and Price entering the game. Hunk and Clater will come in for Cody Williams. Look at that line for Gitas Namiksha. 17 points, 3 of 5 from 3, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's done a little bit of everything. The 4 assists for Namiksha ties a career high. Inbound, they look in left corner, they get it to Hyder. 13 minutes to go. Hyder off the screen in the lane, floats it up, finds Price, leans on Ruliet, backs him in. Right-handed hook for Price is good. Aaron Price Jr. with 4 points off the bench. 49-32 Hawaii, 12:49 to go. Namiksha high left to Rapp. Now back top of the arc, Hunk and Clater. Above the elbow, right is Ruliet. Looks in, finds Rapp cutting right of the lane. His 2 swatted out by Kuntz, but it comes back out to Beatty, who will bring it outside the 3-point line. 12 to shoot. Beatty, bounce pass for Ruliet. He wasn't expecting it. It goes out of bounds as he was trying to find him splitting the screen.
Yeah, a little too low, on that bounce pass for Ruliet to handle.
12:30 remaining. 49-32 Hawaii. Here's an easy drive right of lane. The shot, however, misses from Bondol, and Hunk and Clater runs ahead. Finds Namiksha between the circles. Will clear Beatty away left. Give it to Rapp coming over. Now straight away, Ruliet floats it near side to Beatty. Beatty jabs, brings it out with the dribble, gave up the bounce, and back to Namiksha between the circles. Left wing, Hunk and Clater. Timer down to 10 to Ruliet straight on. Right wing, Rapp with 7. Rapp turns, twists, goes to Namiksha with 4. NBA range 3 off the back iron. Rebound grab by Vasilich. And he'll look to push. Vasilich, middle of the court. One-on-one with Ruliet. Can't take him off the crossover, but Kuntz is right there for 3, and he knocks it down, just standing there next to Vasilich, and he decided to take it right in the face of the Hawaii defender. 49-35, 11:39 to go. And that's where it gets a little scary. If Vasilich, or Kuntz, I should say, gets going. Beatty, far wing, draws help. Bounce past Namiksha, leaning across the rim. No good on the reverse. Second chance, lips out. Rebound tapped out to Rapp. Rapp leading, kicks out Hunk and Clater. Hunk and Clater will get in the lane. He's cut off by Hyder and brings it back out. Namiksha was trying to go reverse the first time, was caught underneath the rim. Second chance wasn't good. Rapp for 3 near wing off the back rim. Beatty, or check that, Namiksha offensive rebound. That misses. Ruliet tap, no good. And here comes Kuntz on the run. Across left for Bondol. Bondol in the lane. Back out Kuntz. His 3 at the angle. That's good. 2 in a row for Kuntz. Look out. Cal Poly's within 11. 49-38, 10:51 remaining, and Hawaii's going to use a timeout. And this is where you start to worry if the Mustangs get hot on an 8-0 run. 10:50 to go. This timeout brought to you by H-Camp, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. The lead down to 11. Hawaii 49, Cal Poly 38, 10:50 remaining. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra is proud to be a Kama'aina favorite. Honolulu's landmark hotel has been your hotel for business, staycations, or just visiting with family and friends. Eat, shop, and stay at Honolulu's landmark hotel with easy access to Ala Moana Shopping Center and enjoy dining at Cafe 410, Pint and Jigger, the signature prime steak and seafood, or the Cafe at Dada. Enjoy your banquet, staycation, or business meeting where Kama'aina know best. It's the Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra. This is your hotel.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by BMW of Honolulu.
Hawaii leading 49-38, 10:50 remaining, but Owen Kuntz starting to light it up. 9 points. He's hit his last 2 threes. His only 2 3-point attempts. Is he starting to find something that Hawaii is struggling in?
Yeah, well, I mean, all good players, on every team, when things aren't going well, they start to get it going. They start to force, not necessarily force things in a bad way, but they force the issue to try and get themselves going. And no different of Kuntz. He's out there. He's trying to make plays. He took a couple wide open threes and was able to knock them down. But yeah, I mean, it seems like the lid has been removed from Cal Poly's basket. But I think it all started with those transition points that Hyder was able to get, right? He was able to attack twice in transition. Then they started to find more easier finishes at the basket, which got Cal Poly going.
Beatty will inbound right in front of us. 10:50 remaining. Looking to inbound, bounces it into Akira Jacobs, who's checked in with Hunkin, Clater, Beatty, Rapp, and Christensen on the court. Christensen lobs it near side to Hunkin Clater, and a foul away from the ball. Christensen was trying to come to the near block, and he got hit from behind by Aaron Price Jr. That's his second. Team foul number 4. So baseline inbound coming from Hunkin Clater right. Gets it into Christensen, 17 feet away to the elbow right and wrap it across left to Akira Jacobs. Man in his face. Jacobs will get the handoff to Hunkin Clater, drives and kicks right. Jacobs at the angle, goes lane line right, drives, bump, up for 2. That's in, and the foul. Jacobs muscling his way through with contact. He'll shoot a free throw. Give the foul to Vasilic, his first. You don't see that a lot from Akira Jacobs, able to control, absorb the contact and get it up and in.
Yeah, good decision from Akira. I mean, he had that kind of like that quick pitch back to him, was able to have a clean driving lane, took the contact and had the concentration enough to finish it.
Jacobs 6 points, make it 7 as he knocks down the free throw. Hawaii ahead by 14. That's how you come off of a timeout when you give up a little bit of a run. 52-38, 10:25 to play. Right side drive, Bondel. Cut off, so he'll have to bring it back outside the arc. Guarded by Jacobs, gets a screen, uses it, leans in, paint left. Back out high right, Vasilic. Penetrating on a wrap. Turning, twisting in the paint, tries to go baseline, nowhere to go. Brings it back out right, Bondel with 8 to shoot. Leans on Jacobs, he cuts him off. Bondel back out for, that's Riniker. Inside, low block, turning, fading. Price, no, from about 5 feet. Rebound to Christensen. Great defense by Hawaii, cutting off every pass to the rim. Hunkin Clater will stand right at the edge of the H at midcourt, looking over at the bench to the near side for the offensive play. Chest pass left wing for Beatty. Gets in the lane. Beatty drives and kicks right corner. Rapp, he'll penetrate. Gets in the lane. Running right hand 2 with contact. No. Christensen the offensive rebound. And he'll back down his man. That's Kuntz with 3 fouls. Out to Christensen, or Hunkin Clater. Near side Beatty. Spins in the lane. Beatty, right hand 2. No, but he got hit on the right side by Vasilic. And he'll head to the free throw line with 9:26 left.
Yep, Hawaii. See Hawaii making the adjustment, right? Really attacking Cal Poly off the dribble, because they know Cal Poly is coming out, closing out hard and really attacking that paint.
Beatty hits the first. You don't normally see this kind of offensive aggression by Beatty, but they've needed it. 12 him, 3 rebounds, 21 minutes. Green is going to come in for Rapp. Marcus Green has been saddled with foul trouble. He's only played 9 minutes, 3 fouls, hasn't scored. So you got Beatty, Hunkin Clater, Green, 3 guards on the court. Second free throw rolls in. 54-38, Hawaii's ahead with 9:23 remaining. Trying to earn its first conference win. Bondel drives by Jacobs. His 2 is swatted out by Christensen. Green running the other way, 3-on-3 to Beatty. Left wing baseline drive. Turns out to Jacobs. Skip pass right wing, Hunkin Clater. Gets his man in the air from 3. Drives, stops at the low block. Looks in for Christensen. Has him. Right hand hook way off the mark. Loose ball out of bounds. Cal Poly. Oh, they got a timeout. Wow. Cal Poly was able to get a timeout at the baseline with his man trying to save the ball, was clearly beyond the baseline, but was able to get a timeout called with 9:01 left. A 30-second timeout. I would love to see how he was able to pull that off. I mean, clearly it was a verbal cue timeout.
Yeah.
But you could tell something was off because he allowed himself to go to the ground as he had the ball in his one hand, clearly indicating he thought he was going to get the timeout called, and the official granted it to him.
He was pretty confident, because if he didn't get that timeout, it would have been out of bounds. It's almost like he could have, because he had enough control of the ball to save it to his teammates, but he was relying heavily on that ref to call the timeout for him.
Shot clock's going to go down a tick to 29, I just heard. There it is, with 9:01 to go. Cal Poly saving possession, but I think it's worth noting, was that a possession worth saving? I mean, you have to burn a timeout to do it, and you're down 16, and you got to go the length of the floor. It's not that you were near your own rim. We'll see Isaac Jessup inbound, gets it into Jared Hyder. Kuntz, Menzies on the floor. Hyder floats it. Angle left Menzies, straddling the three-point line. Back to the basket, hands off to Hyder. Leans with the dribble left of the paint. Hyder draws help from Christensen. Kicks out right for Jessup. And up top to Kuntz. He drives right. Kuntz stops at the low block. Turns and fades from 14. Off the glass, no. Rebound, Tanner Christensen. Eran Ganot claps his hands. He knows that was a good defensive stop. Hunkin Clater the other way. Hands it to Beatty, come to the ball. Now between the rings, Marcus Green. He goes lane line drive, bounce pass right for Christensen. Leans between two defenders. Misses, but got harmed. Foul on Vasilic, his third. And Christensen back to the free throw line.
Yeah, great pass, great recognition. You know, I almost think Christensen would have been better off without that extra dribble. You know, if he had just caught that and went up, would have had 2 easy points.
Trip to the free throw line brought to you by the Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra. This is your hotel. Christensen knocks down the first. 55-38. Vasilic out. Caden Ward, a freshman who's playing just his 4th game this year. He had an elbow injury back in December. Second free throw. That's around and out. Board taken by Ward, who had 7 points off the bench on Thursday against UC Irvine. But a 17-point Hawaii lead. 8:17 to go. Right is Kuntz. Dribbles and gets to the middle of the floor. Gives it to Hyder. Left wing Jessup left open for 3. An air ball. Kuntz puts back in off the right side. Follows the air ball miss with an easy 2. 55-40. 8 minutes left. Hunkin Clater walking forward, stops his dribble in front of Jessup, gives it to Green between the circles. Beatty, crossover dribble right, trying to drive on Kuntz, cut off at the block, out to Jacobs, moving left to Green. Green wants to get it to Christensen, it's poked away. Christensen gets it back in the corner. He's going to drive on his man, drives and kicks Hunkin Clater. 3 straight away, 3 good. Aaron Hunkin Clater with his first career 3-pointer. 58-40, 7:35 left. The other way left. This is Kuntz around Beatty. Bounce pass, short side right. Throws it out. Somehow got to Hyder about 30 feet away. To the angle right in Menzies. To the near side, Jessup. Between the legs, dribble on Green. Steps back. He'll take a straight on 3. Jessup can't answer. Hunkin Clater comes up with the rebound. 7:13 left. Hunkin Clater looking over at the bench near side. Get the play call. We'll throw it right wing Green. Green draws help, gets to the free throw line. Ball poked out of his hands and stolen by Jessup. He goes to the ground, caused by the Green trip. And that is the 4th foul on Marcus Green. Timeout here with 6:59 remaining. Aaron Hunkin Clater, his first career 3. Hawaii's up on Cal Poly, 58-40. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Dreaming of owning a home? At Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, we're here to make it happen. With competitive rates and a local team who understand the Hawaii housing market. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or upgrading, our friendly, experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. For details or today's rates, call our mortgage hotline at 808-844-8048 or visit hawaiiusafcu.com/mortgages. Hawaii USA, life matters. An equal housing lender.
For nearly 125 years, Young Brothers has been connecting Hawaii residents and businesses with safe, frequent, affordable, and reliable inter-island shipping services. We connect local farmers with grocery stores and restaurants across the state. We move building and construction materials between islands so contractors can build homes for our kamaaina. From Nawiliwili to Hilo, we're not just moving cargo, we are connecting our island communities. Young Brothers.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii 58, Cal Poly 40, 6:59 to go in the second half. By the way, in the crowd today, Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke is here, and sitting next to her at the baseline to our right is the new president of the University of Hawaii system, Wendy Hensel. Dr. Hensel, her first day of the job was, 4 days ago, although 4 days ago is a holiday, so I guess January 2nd, because I'm sure she took off New Year's Day. So she's here. Interim Athletic Director Lois Nannon is here in the crowd as well. Aaron Hunkin-Clater hitting his first career three. I talked with him after walkthrough earlier today, and I said, hey, I haven't seen you as confident as you are now. Is that fair? And he said, yeah. And I asked him, well, what's made you so confident? And before he could answer the question, Tanner Christensen walked by and he said, he's always confident. And Akira Jacobs walked by and said the same thing. He's always a confident guy. You're just now seeing it in front of the masses.
I mean, that's good for Hawaii. I mean, because as a freshman point guard, to have him come out, get these valuable minutes, is going to be huge.
58-40, Hawaii, 6:53 remaining. Rineker driving right, stopped at the low post, tried to get around his man, which was Hunkin-Clater, to try to get a pass into the corner. Instead, Hunkin-Clater will pick up the foul. It was not on a shot. Fourth team foul. And a baseline inbound coming for the Mustangs. Caden Ward, Jared Hyder to inbound. Ethan Menzies, Isaac Jessup. Rineker on the floor, inbound thrown in left corner for Menzies. One-on-one with Christensen. Thrown out Ward near the sideline and up top to Rineker. Driving right on Rapp. Rapp goes to the ground, no call. Left corner, Menzies for three. That's off the right rim, and it's Rapp who gets the rebound. I'd love to see the replay on that and how that contact happened with Rapp, but the refs let him say, keep going. Hunkin-Clater, top of the arc. Jacobs hands it back to AC. Guarded by Hyder. Now high left to Jacobs. Far corner, Williams. Williams overhead pass back up top, Hunkin-Clater. Dribbles inside the arc, leaning on Hyder. He'll have to bring it back out with the shot clock to 5. Goes and uses a Christensen screen with 3. Hunkin-Clater looks inside. Jacobs open for 2. Got it! Right as the shot clock hit zeros, they are going to review it, however. And that stops play. They want to ensure that the shot was out of the hands of Jacobs before the horn sounded. It's on the big board. Let's see if they keep it there. With one. Ooh, that's close. Very, very close. You need a very close angle. He had it at the low block. It was coming out of his hand, his left hand, as it seemed like the buzzer and the red light around the backboard turned on. Now remember, call on the court is that the shot is good. So you have to have something irrefutable to overturn this. And I'm not sure if there is, based on the one look we got.
Yeah, just from what we saw up top, it doesn't look like they can overturn it from what we saw.
Yeah,
there's not much.
You need a tighter angle and maybe an angle from the front side in front of Jacobs instead of the back side to be able to look at it. This replay review brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine where you will find exceptional offers. I'm trying to sneak a peek at Neil's laptop because he has the feed, but they're not even showing the replay on television apparently. So I don't think anybody at home is getting a look at it. Only the 3 officials that are taking turns going to the monitor and checking it out. If that stands, Jacobs would have 7 points. The officials have now gotten together. They're discussing it. Let's see. They're counting it. So the 2 is good. Just got it off the fingertips. Either that or they had nothing conclusive to overturn it. So 60-40. Now they count the 2. It wasn't on the board earlier. So 60-40. Jacobs now 9 points off the bench, 3 of 10 shooting. Interesting. We talked about before the game. Thought Akira Jacobs would be an interesting matchup with a smaller lineup that loves to run against Cal Poly. It has kind of worked. 6 minutes to go. Crossover dribble from Ridiker goes left. Ball loose on the floor. Jacobs takes it away. Williams the other end, and Eran Ganap puts his 2 hands up and says, hey, let's settle this one down. Hawaii has the advantage by score and by clock. Hunkin Clater right, gives it to Jacobs, who's called for a moving screen, trying to clear away, moving from right back up top to get the ball. 3rd foul on Jacobs. But, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. The impact that Akira Jacobs has had in the now 12 minutes he's played off the bench.
Oh, I mean, he's been, he's done exceptionally well in this style of play, hit a few shots, but again, being active, just not shooting the ball, but finding open areas off the ball.
Hyder off the dribble, left angle 3, off the front rim, put back jam by Kuntz. Makes it 60-42. The scary thing about Cal Poly, the way they hit shots from the outside, they could get back in a flash if you're not careful. 5:27 remaining. Hunkin Clater high left, hassled by Jessup. AC able to get clear, gets a screen from Rulidev, looks inside. Rulidev can't handle the pass, but a blocking foul with a man right in front of him will be called on Bondel, his second. Hawaii somewhat fortunate for that because Rulidev did make contacts.
Ooh.
But it was not a great pass specifically to get into the paint for Rulidev.
Yeah, it was a little too much in front of him, but it didn't seem like he left much room for Rulidev to really establish any position.
That is the 8th team foul against Cal Poly. Hunkin Clater comes out and gets a nice hand. Tom Beatty enters for him. 1-1 here for Harry Rulidev. 2 points in 13 minutes off the bench. Free throw good. Hawaii's lead 19, 61-42. And the official coming in, and I guess he saw some words being exchanged between Bondel and Rulidev. And then another official going and chatting with Akira Jacobs. Second free throw. That's good. 2 of 2 for Rulidev. It's 62-42 Hawaii. 5:19 left to play here in Manoa. Hyder across the timeline goes above the wing left, Bondel, and back to Hyder. Drives baseline, kicks to the right wing, an extra pass up top, Bondel for 3. Around and out, long rebound back to Hyder, and a fresh 20. Another 3, Bondel right angle, that's good. 62-45, 5 minutes remaining. That is the 7th 3 on 30 attempts from Cal Poly. Right around that 31 attempt average per game. Williams, one-hand pass left wing to Beatty. Looking for Rulidev. Now they get it there above the low block. Ridiker on his back. Top of the arc now to Rapp. Moves it back left side. Beatty again. Shot clock to 8. It's a screen, draws help up top to Rapp. Skip pass right corner. Jacobs, quick 3. That might have been touched on the way up. Put back Rulidev. No, but he's fouled again as the shot clock was about to expire. Who's the foul going to go against? They're going to check the clock, I think. They will. They're going to send both teams to their benches while they review the clock. And that will also determine whether there's going to be a foul or not. So, put the foul here on pause with 4:30 to go. Hawaii 62, Cal Poly 45. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here, and I am thrilled to tell you about Kahala. Kahala Aloha shirts are stories of our island home. Stylish, comfortable, designed by local artists, Kahala has been part of our ohana since 1936. As a proud partner of Let's Talk Sports, we encourage you to wear the original Aloha shirt that generations have loved. Pick one up for yourself at one of Kahala's 6 stores island-wide, or you can visit them online at kahala.com.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk lease offer on the all-electric 2024 BMW iX for only $699 a month. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
4:30 remaining. 62-45, Hawaii leading Cal Poly. They did finish up the review, and they did determine that the ball was out of Harry Rulideff's hands before the shot clock expired. The foul is going to go on Mac Riniker. That will be his third foul, but there will be free throws for Hawaii coming out of the break. As that replay review brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine, where you will find exceptional offers. You get a little nervous here. A little bead of sweat starts to come down the forehead a little bit as Cal Poly starts to find itself offensively.
Yeah, I mean, and especially the way that Cal Poly plays, they're in a big deficit right now. And sometimes when that happens, the team comes down and they're just firing away. They're playing, without much abandon, right? So if Hawaii gotta stay solid on defense, try not to bail them out and foul them and send them to the line, make them take tough shots. Just continue to make it hard for them.
So they are confirming with the bench, indeed, what they saw in the review. It will be 2 free throws for Harry Rulideff. Hawaii's bench, I don't have the, here's the official number. Hawaii's bench outscoring Cal Poly's bench 29-12. As the first free throw for Rulideff goes home. 63-45. I mean, you had Beatty with 13, Jacobs with 9. Second free throw good, as Rulideff is 4 for 4 for the charity stripe. 64-45, a 19-point lead. 4:27 left. Hyder on the other side. They attack the goal to our left. Chest pass right corner, knocked out by Rapp. They were looking for Jessup for a 3 opportunity. All right, it's Sam Spangler. Nicely done. Didn't let that get by, even though he had Callan Spiller to his right that could have very well handled that. Sammy's a baseball guy. Nothing gets by him. Here's Jessup. Left of the lane. Bounce pass goes into Kuntz. Low block right. Backing in Beatty. Goes up. Left hand 2 off the glass. Good. 64-47. 4:09 to go. And while I'm not a proponent of trading baskets, you'd rather trade 2s and give up 2s as compared to giving up 3s at this point. Beatty gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Jessup near sideline with 4 minutes to go. Well, he was asking about whether you get the media timeout since it's at 4, but they took it during the during the review. Jacobs comes out, Namiksha is in. Gies with a game high 17. He's 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Beatty looking to inbound, throws it into Namiksha, angle right. They'll bring it back out. They're trying to deny Cody Williams the ball, but they get it there. 15 to shoot. Williams back to the basket against Hyder. Throws it top of the arc. Beatty gets by his man, leans in the lane. Bounce pass for Namiksha, gets his man in the air. Couldn't handle the ball. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Namiksha. Hawaii disagrees. They thought it was last hit by Riniker.
And Namiksha knew that was his bad. He said it. That was a nice pass from Beatty. Could have went up and finished, but sometimes you have butterfingers.
3:42 to go. Here's Jessup dribbling right in the lane. Jessup leads in the paint. Kicks it right wing for Bondel. Bondel drives by Namiksha. Left hand laying high off the window and in. It's 64-49. 3:30 to go. I say you're okay with giving up 2s, but at the same time, you don't want to give them up consecutively. 3:20 remaining. Rapp gave up his dribble. Skip pass right wing for Beatty. He goes baseline. Beatty to the rim, off the window and in. 15 for Tom Beatty, 66-49. 3:10 to go. Hyder quickly the other way, top of the arc. To the angle left in Riniker. Penetrates on Rulideff. Back out high right, Hyder. Hyder inside the arc. Gets it knocked out by Rulideff. Loose ball taken by Namiksha. Running the other way right. Namiksha in the lane. Dishes out left corner. Beatty won't take the 3. They're going to bring it out. Clock awareness used by Hawaii with 2:50 to go. Williams standing about 30 feet from the rim. Away from the screen. Got away with a carry possibly. High left side. Namiksha looks in Rulideff. Couldn't handle the pass. Comes to the far sideline. A giveaway. Riniker the steal. Riniker coming ahead right. Pulls into a 3. Clanks off the back iron. Namiksha comes up with the rebound. He's fouled from the backside by Bondel. His 3rd foul. And there's the double-double for Gitas Namiksha. If they're going to credit him with that rebound, that would be his 10th. You got Tanner Christensen, who's got a double-double tonight. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Namiksha with 17. I'm waiting to see if they exactly credited him with the rebound. They haven't, so I guess he didn't control it, so they're not going to give him his 10th rebound. They'll call it a team rebound. First free throw good for Namiksha. Make it 67-49. I guess until you grab it, make a move. Can't really give it to him. I'm just working in advance to try to see if he gets his double-double.
Yeah.
The 4 assists he has ties a career high. Second coming for Namiksha is away and in. 68-49. Hawaii has managed to keep Cal Poly away. 19-point lead, 2:28 remaining. High right side, Ward, who's across the floor left for Bondel. Bondel drives right, cut off by Beatty, spins on Beatty, who stays and holds his ground. Bondel still backing him down. Bondel turns, cut off by Beatty, looking around. Now he'll fade right side, no good. Beatty got a piece of it, and Rapp comes up with the loose ball. 2:09 to go, and Hawaii looking to take the air out of this one. Trying to get its first conference win of the season. Williams to Rapp right in front of the sideline. Draws a double to Namiksha. Floating two at the baseline, no good. Loose ball out of bounds, last touched by Rulidev. So yeah, they didn't give Namiksha the rebound. He's at 19-9 in 23 minutes. 1:48 to go. 68-49 Hawaii. Step back three for Ward, straight away and in. 68-52, 1:40 left. And Williams will walk it forward. Cal Poly, a team that averages 84.3 points per game, has been held to 52. As we'll start to see Hawaii empty its bench at the next stoppage. Williams standing with 11 to shoot. Skip pass right corner. Here's a three for Beatty. That's short. And the rebound grabbed by Bondel. 1:15 left. Bondel running ahead. Stopped at the angle by Rulidev. Behind the back dribble. No space. Bondel tries to throw it out, but he draws a foul. That might be on Rulidev. It is on Rulidev. That's his first. And let's see a massive amount of subs here. Hunkin Clater's coming back in. Osahan Obasohan is coming in. And so is Jerome Palm for the first time. As Rapp, Beatty, and Rulidev leave. Kind of rare to see Palm's first appearance coming now. Those subs brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. Inbound thrown in left baseline. Bondel guarded by Obasohan and out high left side Vasilic. To the right, and Luka Tarlach, who makes his first appearance, drives and kicks right. Vasilic to Tarlach and back to Vasilic. Steps back top of the arc, can't get the three away. Now right to Bondel. Gets right of the lane, leans on Hunkin Clater, gets it poked out of his hands, but they're going to call Hunkin Clater for a foul, which will send Cal Poly to the free throw line. His second foul. And Tom Beatty's going to come out. Logan Robeson will enter in his place. What a night for Beatty. 15 points on 6 of 9 shooting.
Oh, yeah. Great game for Beatty.
And they're going to get one more sub. Here comes A.J. Economo, who's going to come in for Namiksha. And Gaines is going to be one rebound shy of a double-double. But he gets a nice hand. Free throws for Bondel. If you're wondering, by the way, Cal Poly at 52 points, as the front end of the 1-and-1 is good. 52 is, and now 53 is going to be a season low. The next lowest total they had, 66 against St. Mary's and UC Davis. So this might be the lowest number of the year. Second free throw, Bondel misses short. Good box out by Logan Robeson. Grabs the rebound and gives it up to Aaron Hunkin Clater. 44 seconds left. Hawaii will pick up its first Big West win, and Cal Poly's drought in the Big West will continue. Hunkin Clater double teamed to midcourt, throws it Jerome Palm into the corner. Economo three off the right rim, and a rebound grab by Price. Hawaii says don't foul. Here's Ward, crossover dribble on Hunkin Clater, drives to the rim, running two, misses. Putback is in, however, by Tarlach. 68-55, 18.3 remaining. And Eran Ganat says, get the ball across midcourt, kill it, and take the win. He's asking Aaron Hunkin Clater, looks like he might have taken a shot to the stomach. If he's okay, he says yes. And that's going to be it. What an effort, especially by Hawaii's defense, to hold Cal Poly to 55 points and earn its first conference win Hawaii 68, Cal Poly 55 to wrap up the full week number 1 of conference play. So many individuals that made this happen up and down the floor, from the starters, Namiksha and Christensen, to Beatty off the bench, and you saw a little bit of Akira Jacobs when it mattered. My goodness, this was I think with the exception of Life Pacific, this was as complete as Hawaii needed it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total collective effort tonight. It pretty much kick-started in the second half. That first 5 minutes for Hawaii was huge. I mean, you can say that's when they started to get their offense clicking. That's when their offense was just, firing on all cylinders with a high-low pass, with open threes, and then that fired up their defense as well. They were holding Cal Poly to one shot and out. So I think that's also where you mentioned the separation and rebounds. That's when Hawaii was able to really separate themselves from Cal Poly, when they stacked all those boards. But yeah, I mean, Hawaii was able to pull it off. I mean, not pull it off, but I mean, really respond well in the way that they needed to after Thursday's loss. And, I thought overall, real good win, especially the way they played.
Let me give you one more number for Cal Poly before we head to break. The conference woes continue. Cal Poly's last conference win, December 29th, 2022, against CSUN. They were 0-20 last year. They start 0-4 in the Big West Conference this year. But hey, let's be honest. This is not the Cal Poly that we saw take UC Irvine to overtime. This Cal Poly team is probably better than what they showed tonight, but credit has to be given to Hawaii for making Cal Poly look as offensively inefficient as they were.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll second that. Their transition D was pretty good. They only allowed 5 fast break points for Cal Poly. And I thought they guarded the ball pretty well. And just, pushed Cal Poly off of the line. They were kind of like really pressing to find threes, and they couldn't find good looks. But that's because Hawaii, did a good job of making them put the ball on the ground.
Your final, Hawaii 68, Cal Poly 55. Back with more in a moment. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Dr. Jay Marumoto, the University of Hawaii's senior orthopedic surgeon, is Hawaii's leading expert in sports injury surgery. From the latest ACL bear implant reconstruction to biologically enhanced rotator cuff and labral repair surgery, Dr. Jay Marumoto continues to bring Hawaii's athletes the most advanced surgical treatments to get them back in the game. Dr. Jay Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, Hawaii's team physicians.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com's Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very
Lex
much.
Brody's Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
You won't get it anywhere else. Lex Brody's Tire Company.
What do you call something when it's flamingly amazing? Don't know. It's amazing. Okay, what's amazing? Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union's 5% APY 5-month share certificate special is. It's amazing. It's an amazing, flaming hot rate. That is amazing. 5% APY? I'm checking out hificu.com right now.
APY equals annual percentage rate. Rate subject to change without notice. Minimum $2,000 to open. For the promotional rate, all funds must come from another financial institution. All rates are subject to change without notice. Penalty for early withdrawal. Fees could reduce earnings.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Driven by BMW of Honolulu.
68-55, Hawaii over Cal Poly, as the fans get to go home watching a Hawaii conference win for the first time. And I want to shout out real fast. We talked to Cullen Neal earlier. He had the scout for Hawaii against Cal Poly. When we talked earlier today, he said he was a little nervous. He said he was nervous because he had family here, and his dad, Craig, who's the associate head coach at Nevada under Steve Alford. Craig's here. They played last night at New Mexico. It's kind of a bye weekend, so Coach Neal got the okay to fly down here, watch his son coach. So Craig can be proud that his son put together a good scout, a dominant scout, if you will, that led to a Hawaii victory.
Yeah, I mean, I would say myself, excellent scout. I mean, they had it down to the T, and of course, you expect the other team to, find holes here and there and do what they do. But for the most part, I thought Hawaii executed their scout really, really well, and that led to this victory.
And this, despite, I mean, it was a rough start offensively on all fronts. Both teams struggled offensively. Cal Poly really recovered in stints, but never fully recovered on the offensive side of the ball. Hawaii would take a little bit of advantage later, but it was really the defensive part of that strategy, holding Cal Poly to a season-low 55, that made more difference even than some of the offensive numbers that Hawaii would put up.
Yeah, that jump-started everything. They always say it starts on defense, and, Hawaii took away a lot of the looks that Cal Poly wish they could have had. I mean, we're talking this team that, is such a prolific three-point shooting team. They average this much points, but, Hawaii took away all of that. And, that's credit to their game planning. But, I'd like also pay attention to Hawaii's offense. Once they got comfortable, in the start of that second half, of making those reads of that high-low and those skip passes. Once they started to see that, because we didn't see that in the first half, much of it. Second half, they saw it, then they started to feed off of each other, and then they started getting going and more of an offensive rhythm, which then just allowed them to take off.
Hawaii would lead 27-22 at half, which, given the way both offenses looked, it was a tight but frustrating half. I mean, Hawaii shot 40% from the field, Cal Poly 25. They were 8 of 32. It was, and you alluded to it a little while ago, it was the start of the second half which really opened this game up. Hawaii would open on a good run, and Tanner Christensen would help lead that opening run to start the second half with this. Near wing for Tom Beatty. Goes off the Christensen screen, moves it up top to Namicha, lobs it into Christensen, will stuff it home. Hawaii's on a 9-0 run with 15:29 to go, and a timeout taken by Cal Poly. That would give Hawaii a 14-point lead at that point. It was 36-22. I can do math. I wasn't looking at the line there. It's 36-22 at that point. And from there, Hawaii never let it really get back that close. It stayed double digits for the most part from that point on.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job of not so much, allowing Cal Poly to trade baskets with them. I think that was important. We did see a little bit of that towards the end, when Cal Poly didn't have much to lose and was just, forcing things. But, Hawaii did a good job of getting stops, securing that rebound, coming down, making Cal Poly play defense, and really punishing them on that end. And, they put together several blocks of that and then eventually grew that lead more and more.
Let's connect the final results to the final score, which was 68-55 tonight. The final results brought to you by Young Brothers, connecting our island communities. Hawaii for the game shoots 45%, 23 of 51, 7 of 21 from outside the arc, 15 of 20 from the free throw line. They out-rebound Cal Poly 41-34, although at a deficit on the offensive glass 10-8. But won some of the key numbers. Bench 33-20. We'll talk more about that with Tom Beatty. 32-28 points in the paint. You saw 17 assists on 23 made baskets. Part of maybe one of the most important stats as to why Hawaii got here, and we both have talked about it several times. Great ball movement, great opportunities. 17 assists to 23 makes is pretty darn good.
Yeah, that was one of the stats that I was looking at earlier too. That 17 assists. Hawaii did a really good job of sharing the ball, moving the ball quickly, especially in the second half. And, it shows. I think we hear Ganat say all the time, in the post-game interview with us, that's what he wants. He wants the guys to share the ball. He doesn't like when they go ISO ball, which they did a few times in the first half when they kind of put their head down and tried to, drive when it wasn't there. But when Hawaii shares the ball like they did, and they're bound to get good looks because of their system.
Yeah, and you see some of the assist numbers. Namiksha tied the career high with 4. Tanner Christensen, 4 assists, and he's a good passer, a better passer than his numbers indicate. 3 assists for Aaron Hunkin-Clater. So a lot of guys got involved there. I think bench scoring was huge, and I know we'll alliterate. Not alliterate, but we'll lead into that a little bit more. Tom Beatty with 15, Akira Jacobs with 9, Harry Ruledeff with 6, Aaron Hunkin-Clater with his first career 3. Those 4 together, 33 of Hawaii's bench points, all 33 of Hawaii's bench points, really not allowing Hawaii to skip a beat when a guy like Marcus Green, who didn't score tonight, really didn't spend much time in the game, playing less than 12 minutes because of foul trouble.
Yeah, that has been one of Hawaii's, strengths. They've done this time and time again where they get really good bench production. And I think we talked about it last time as far as, kind of not knowing who is going to step up, right? Aside from Namiksha, fortunately, Tanner Christensen did very well tonight with a double-double. But, Tom Beatty, came to play today. He was very assertive. And then we even saw Akira Jacobs get in on the action and assert himself and found a bunch of opportunities for him to score and get involved in things. But, again, I think that's one of Hawaii's strengths is, when they sub, they have guys who can put points on the board and can make that offense go.
And it was something we didn't actually see on Thursday. You didn't have Thursday where someone did step in a situation like, for example, Green had a season low 2 points in 19 minutes on Thursday. He breaks those season lows, 11 minutes, 56 seconds, and no points for the first time this season. So it was good to have, a bit of a backup, if you will, from the bench. But you also had your top scorer in Namiksha, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. And Tanner Christensen comes up with his 14th career double-double, 3rd at Hawaii, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 4 dimes for him. And importantly, to even go back to Thursday, it has become a refocused point, a re-emphasis to get him involved in the offense.
Namiksha?
No, Christensen.
Oh, Christensen, yeah. You've seen how he is. He attracts so much attention because of, he's a big body, he's powerful down low, and especially tonight. They got him involved on rolls, and they brought him out to pick and roll, and then they swung the ball, and they had him on looks on the rolling part. They posted him up. They attracted weak side defense. So he attracts a lot of attention. And when he gets the ball, the good thing for him is he's seeing that skip pass, that weak side pass, and he's doing a much better job at finding those open players for open shots.
Cal Poly averages 4 players in double-digit scoring. Only one of them hit double digits tonight, and that's Kuntz. Owen Kuntz, 15 points, 5 rebounds, and he was in foul trouble. He played 26 minutes, only knocked down a couple of threes. The only 2 threes he took, he was 5 of 11, 2 of 2 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. But you hold Cal Poly, they hit their average in amount of threes they take per game, which is 31.7. They hit 31 tonight. But you hold them to 7 of 31. They shoot 22.6% from three for the game. And maybe a few looks here and there. A decent amount were clean looks. A lot of them just didn't drop. Hawaii gets credit, I think, for a good chunk of that. A lot of that, especially early, Cal Poly just could not buy anything.
Yeah, I mean, again, I can only give credit to Hawaii's defense because that's what put Cal Poly out of rhythm. I mean, they got good looks, like you said. Some of them super clean looks, because of how Hawaii was running them off, because Hawaii was contesting, and closing out. They just weren't able to get that comfortable feeling when shooting the ball. And, that resulted in not being able to hit what they normally hit.
Final 68-55. We'll come back. We'll hear from Eran Ganot. Tom Beatty's got the Mana Award lay. I wonder, that might be a little bit of hint of something that we talk about a little bit later on as he heads toward TV. 68-55, your final. Coach Ganot and highlights when we return. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hey, Rana, what you doing?
Just trying to finish this light switch before the UH football game starts.
Can I help you?
Oh, thanks, huh? Yeah, it should be easy. The guy at the hardware store gave me some instructions. Brother, the blue or the red wire?
Huh? This thing says green one.
What green one?
Oh, buddy, you thought I fuck.
Make sure to have an electrical contractor and licensed electrician do your photovoltaic installations and electrical work.
IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra is proud to be a Kama'aina favorite. Honolulu's landmark hotel has been your hotel for business, staycations, or just visiting with family and friends. Eat, shop, and stay at Honolulu's landmark hotel with easy access to Ala Moana Shopping Center and enjoy dining at Cafe 410, Pint and Jigger, the signature prime steak and seafood, or the Cafe at Dada. Enjoy your banquet, staycation, or business meeting where Kama'aina know best. It's the Ala Moana Hotel by Mantra. This is your hotel.
I'm Hal. I'm Jerry.
I'm Kehao.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us. Itajuti listahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us. We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Hi, this is Tim Palms, General Manager of BMW of Honolulu. We're excited to be courtside with the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors this season. Like the Bows, BMW delivers unmatched performance and precision. Experience the ultimate drive at BMW of Honolulu. Now's your chance to get a slam dunk lease offer on the all-electric 2024 BMW i4 for only $499 a month. BMW of Honolulu is a proud sponsor of Rainbow Warrior basketball on ESPN Honolulu. Visit us today at bmwhawaii.com. Go Bows.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Green wants to get to Christensen. It's poked away. Christensen gets it back in the corner. He's going to drive on his man. Drives and kicks Hunkin Clater. Three straight away. Three good. Aaron Hunkin Clater with his first career three-pointer. 58-40, 7:35 left. Just part of the bench effort that Hawaii got tonight, part of the 68-55 win over Cal Poly. Head coach Eran Ganot joining us. There's a lot of things to break down, but we'll just play off of that. You got a tremendous bench effort. That was just 3 points for Hunkin Clater, but 3 of 33. That really helped a collective effort in this one.
Yeah, no, I'm really proud of our guys to bounce back from a tough loss in this league, and every league play is very unforgiving, but it's living. And so you have to be able to turn it around, whether you win or lose, and respond. And our guys, that's why we played the 2-3 game tournaments. We're now 4-1 after a loss. We've played back-to-back games without the day off in between. Hopefully with the day, that could be an advantage for us. People always talk about bouncing back, and everyone from afar sees it in the game. But, you're obviously fortunate to watch it, in the walkthrough and very spirited walk, put ourselves in a position, and we really had to weather some things. I was so pleased for the most part with our defense in the first half, and to only be up 4 or what was it, 5 with the way we were guarding. We turned it over unforced early, just started jacking up, missed some open threes though. But I thought we found some rhythm to end the first half, and obviously most of the second half, especially the start of the second half. So proud overall the defensive effort, really happy with the 17 assists and 23 baskets, and with the mindset to come out of the half.
Yeah, I mean, you knew that Cal Poly they were gonna take their threes, and they did right on their average at 31, but they went 7 of 31, and most of those 7 came in the second half. Describe the effort against the three to make their lives, if they were going to take them, it wasn't going to be easy for them.
Yeah, last 2 games we're starting to get the 3-point percentage defense back. We've always limited threes, but we also limited 3-point percentage. And this year our 3-point percentage defense is probably the highest, even though we've been limiting them. And this was a great challenge the last couple of games, really good shooting teams. But it's a 40-minute deal. And you saw when you lapse, because we were all good, and then lapse corner 3, offensive rebound 3. And it's like, you let those guys get going. But I think a lot of it was taking personal pride at point of attack. People don't realize it's not just the 3 on actions. It's not, and then it's the 3 on hard hand on a catch. But the biggest thing that people don't realize and why we've been good is penetration leads to threes. So you got to limit penetration. And when we're good, and what we saw in the second half is if we fan out, it's basically one-on-one, whether it's on the post or those guys trying to back us down and us being disciplined. We gave up some back doors early in the first half. Second half, we stayed disciplined, made them shoot tough twos over a hand, and that was really the difference defensively.
Coach, I just wanted to go back to the start of the second half, or because we were talking, and first half wasn't as pretty, but boy, when you came on the second half, we were saying like that is as beautiful as
Yep.
Basketball can get. I mean, right away from the first possession, you guys, you did exactly what you want to do, right? Sideline to sideline, moving the ball quick, rolling hard. But then you guys just kind of got on fire with that high-low pass.
Yep.
And then from there, once you got it there, that opened up skip passes to the corner. It opened up driving lanes off of closeouts. But, what did you have to reinforce in the team during halftime? Like, hey, guys, like, do what we say you got to do.
Well, one was that, and we watched the film at halftime about where we in the spots we talked about, because you know how it is. Spacing is everything, and you want offense, you want 2 on the ball. Defense, you don't want 2 on the ball, and we were letting them match up. Just a little adjustment on moving people to the right spots, and then letting Tanner make some decisions. Our bigs really playing unselfish, got some in transition. They were gonna, they're gonna bring support on the catch, but they were gonna try to front. So you can get them over the top on the front or even on the second side. We were holding it too long and weren't in the right spots, but things opened up for I think it started at the end of the first half that bled into the second half, and give our guys credit for stepping up to that.
The bench effort, to go back to that, Tom Beatty, 15 points, 2 assists, 6 of 9 shooting, 3 rebounds. He's got the Mono Award, so he's talking to the television folks. But finding ways to get guys in good spots. Marcus Green was in foul trouble. He played less than 12 minutes. So Beatty really stepped into a bigger role within the first few seconds of the game. Talk about his effectiveness and how he was able to make his footprint on this game.
Well, you remember he's only a sophomore, and so everybody has to go through it, the good and the bad, and he's battling through it. And a lot of this, his last month, remember he was sick on the road. He comes back, he's battling through that. Not playing probably to the way he wants to, but stuff happens. You got to go through it. Everybody has to go through it. Let them go through it. Yeah. And he's come out of it in a great place. He's just locked in. He's a captain for us. He's a leader for us. I mean, you could see his potential again down the road. He's been passing up some open shots. Glad he took that one. He gets to the paint. He kind of fills the box score because he gets on the floor. He gets loose balls, and he's got a very bright future. And he didn't even start this game very well, as you know, and he'll tell you that. But maybe before it would affect him the rest of the game, today he had his best game when he got his second opportunity.
Gitas, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, ties a career high. And it goes back to something Derek and I talked about, was the high-low passing. I'll transition to how he and Tanner Christensen have really started to gel. And when that offense looks good, as we've talked about, and those two are in sync, high-low, that's a tough offense to go up against if a team can't get in the right spacing and gives up those opportunities.
Yeah, I think those guys, again, like they're learning how to play together. And a lot of time it's it's our whole team passing. Sometimes the way the game is, it's how well will your bigs share the ball, the big to big interior passing, and I thought they did a really good job of that. And they'll keep coming for them. Like I said, we got guys with experience, but you still have to play together. And it's improved over the first games, but it's still got another level to go to and needs to go to. But they did a really nice job of that today, and I think that was really, really proud to see the shared, over 17 assists, 23 baskets. That's really sharing the ball.
How important is this road trip coming up? UC Riverside fell today for the first time in conference at UC Irvine. It was a blowout there. Cal State Fullerton on Saturday. We know how well they're coached. So talk about the importance of this road trip coming up here Thursday and Saturday.
Well, really important. And that's why tonight was so important. And look, it's a gauntlet. It's as big a gauntlet as we've had, because I think I've said I've been in this league 10 years, and it's interesting because I'm like the 4th or 5th longest tenured. And that's talks about the continuity of the coaches. I have so much respect for the coaches, so many different coach of the years, and the new coaches have been coach of the year, and they have their programs, and it's different styles across the board. And I just think my first year we had 4 top 100 teams, and maybe the bottom was not as impactful, whereas across the board, there are going to be battles night in and night out, and it's only 3 of 20. So we got a ways to go. And, we gave one up the other day at home. We got to get one back or more to do what we want to do on the road. And that's a great challenge for us. And Riverside right off the bat, they're having a great year and very experienced. So we talked about some of the teams that might improve as the year goes along that have new faces. We're one of them. Riverside is one of the teams that have a lot of returning faces, especially in the backcourt. So, and they're well coached. So a lot of respect for everybody in our league and expecting a battle.
Barrington Hargress on the UC Riverside squad, young but experienced, as you talked about. Coach, see you there on Thursday.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, Ron Gannott joining us here on our post-game report. 68-55, the final. Before we go to our play and player of the game, we got to pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu, driven by BMW of Honolulu.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
Derek Lowe, Josh Pacheco, 68-55, your final. It's time for our player of the game, which is engineered by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine where you will find exceptional offers. And it just so happens, not on purpose, but our player of the game also tags with our play of the game. So let's fire it up. Again, top of the arc, Ruli F looking to the right side. Bounce pass. What a find. Beating. Goes up off the back cut and a one-hand dunk. What a look. What a slam. 25-18 Hawaii. 2:31 left of the half. Was that you in the background with the ooh? Was that you?
If you listen closely, after all good plays, I don't have the excitement you have, but my excitement is
you're very subdued.
That's when you know I'm excited.
Our play of the game is brought to you by Young's Fish Market in Kalihi at City Square, home of the Wow Lao Lao. I can attest I have seen him dunk before, so that's not a first from Beatty. But you heard Ron Gannott talk about it a little bit. You go through things. He's a team captain. He's a youngster still. I mean, you could probably recall going through things in some of your early games as a collegiate basketball player. But take me through the growth that you've seen from him beginning of the year up to now.
Tremendous growth. And it comes from confidence too. And he knows the coaching staff has it in him. And, when you know that, it just allows you to play so much more free and, to do some of the things that he's doing right now. I mean, we went from seeing him, last year, right? Not shooting too much, kind of just out there for defense because his length, he goes downhill really well. But this year, you see him kind of mixing everything up. You see him not being afraid to take open shots from the three. You see him catching, ripping, going, looking for contact and finishing at the rim. And then like we just saw in the play of the game, going back door, 2-leg, one-hand dunk, so he's getting a little bit of everything. And, the more experience he gets and the more confidence is going to grow. And then, I think just a lot of upside for Tom Beatty.
Final score, Hawaii 68, Cal Poly 55. I'll see you in about 12 days when Hawaii comes back home Hawaii will have CSUN and Cal State Bakersfield January 16th and the 18th. CSUN's been as good as anybody this year. Cal Poly next week at UC San Diego Thursday. That's going to be difficult. UC Santa Barbara next Saturday. That's going to be difficult. Cal Poly is 0-4 in the Big West. The streak of consecutive losses continues to grow. And one more, since we all like numbers, that's Hawaii's 9th consecutive win against Cal Poly in this series and 11th straight at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Gitas Namiksha is going to join Gary Dickman coming up on the Fans Voice. You're really patient, man. He's been sitting there for like 5 minutes, like, hurry up. I want to go home already. Gitas is going to join Gary coming up next. Your texts and calls as well at 808-296-1420 as the Fans Voice will take you to about 9:45 tonight. For Derek Lowe, Tanner Hayworth, Josh Pacheco, the Fans Voice is next. Bows 68, Mustangs 55. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know that 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a new battery this year? Don't wait till it's too late to do something about it. Test your battery regularly, and if you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for every make and model on the road. So don't wait until your car won't start or you're stranded on the side of the road. Test your battery today or find the replacement you need at Napa locations nationwide, because it's our mission to keep you moving.
Aloha, this is Daryl Turner, General Manager of Napa, Hawaii. As we celebrate nearly 70 years in the islands, I'd like to say mahalo to our employees, our independent store owners, our business partners, and you, our loyal customers. Over the years, we've grown to 36 stores across Kauai, Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Lanai, Hawaii Island, and American Samoa. We look forward to serving your automotive needs for many more years to come. Mahalo.
Dreaming of owning a home? At Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, we're here to make it happen. With competitive rates and a local team who understand the Hawaii housing market. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or upgrading, our friendly, experienced team is here to guide you every step of the way. For details or today's rates, call our mortgage hotline at 808-844-8048 or visit hawaiiusafcu.com/mortgages. Hawaii USA, life matters. An equal housing lender.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here, and I am thrilled to tell you about Kahala. Kahala Aloha shirts are stories of our island home. Stylish, comfortable, designed by local artists, Kahala has been part of our ohana since 1936. As a proud partner of Let's Talk Sports, we encourage you to wear the original Aloha shirt that generations have loved. Pick one up for yourself at one of Kahala's 6 stores island-wide, or you can visit them online at kahala.com.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Welcome back to Simplify Arena at the Stan Sheriff Center. Gary Dickman here with the Fans Voice. Final score again, Hawaii wins 68-55, now 1-2 in the Big West. We'll get to some phone calls and texts coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, we want to welcome one of the stars of the game back with us, Gitas Namiksha. Gitas, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
How important to you was tonight's game when you guys started the Big West season 0-2? How critical was tonight?
It was really important, especially before going on the road. So, yeah, it was really important to get off the shoulder that pressure to get that first win. And, of course, it's not going to be easier, but I think we're going to feel.
What were some of the adjustments you guys made maybe from Thursday night looking at today's game?
I would say stick to our principles more, stay in the gap, stay in the wall, help our teammates more on defense. And, yeah, the defense was the best part. We stood up comparing to Thursday.
We know this is a team in Cal Poly, even though their record hasn't shown it. They're better than they were last year when they were the last place team, and they still are losing, but they're a better offensive team. I'm sure you guys were aware of that. And the first half, kind of interestingly, did not play out with a lot of offense by either team. It was a slow start for both teams, close game at the half. What did you guys do differently in the second half? Because with a 5-point lead at halftime, you guys had a 15-2 run that got that lead up to 19 pretty early, a few minutes into the second half.
I think we started moving the ball faster. We started to find each other, at the under the basket, near the basket, and it was a way easier after that. When we started finding each other, move the ball quicker, it's just harder for them to defense us.
You had a great game again, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, a couple of steals as well. One of the things I noticed, I could see you take advantage of it in both halves of this game. They seem to be overplaying you down low. And you got that little angle and turned around and got some easy layups. Were you at all surprised that Cal Poly didn't really adjust to that because it kind of made things easy for you?
I don't even know. I'm just playing how they're letting me to play. If they're letting me to shoot, I will shoot. If they're letting me to score in the paint, I will score in the paint. It's just whatever they're letting me to do. I shot not really good from inside today, but I will get better.
Seems like also we've seen numerous games this season that teams have double teamed Tanner Christensen, sometimes triple, but double teamed early and often. On Thursday, the double team didn't happen that often, and it was late. Tonight, they didn't seem to do it at all. Did that change you guys as far as the offense getting the ball to Tanner and working the offense that way with him in single coverage, basically?
I mean, yeah, when they're double teaming him or even triple teaming him, he's a really good passer. So he opens up for us really big gaps to drive, to shoot. So that's our best offense when we can't get the ball to him and they're double teaming him. It's just passing and finding the open guys.
On defense, you guys did a really good job on Cal Poly. They shot 33% on threes. They really struggled in that first half, 3 of 15. And one of the things we keep hearing about your team is that with Ron Gennady, who's done this for years, the closeout on three-point shooters, the defending the three, where you guys are one of the better teams in the conference and even in the country. How do you guys work on that to make sure your defense on the threes is that effective?
It just doesn't give them anything easy just to close out. Then when they're driving, we're helping. Just we know that our team has got our back, so we can close out maybe a little bit harder. It's just like that.
What is it like with the point guard where you have Cody Williams starting and we're seeing more of Aaron Hunkin-Clater more? Does the offense run a little bit differently when you have two different point guards? Not really like a different quarterback, but in a way I see a little bit of a different flow when Aaron is in there.
I don't know. I think it's the same offense. It's just whatever we're doing. Both point guards are great. Both are really easy to play with, and I'm cool with that.
You guys have been on a couple of road trips now. Well, one road trip, the Long Beach State. You had a couple of games on that road trip, one Big West game. What are you guys looking forward to? What do you think the challenges will be this time around? Thursday, you got a pretty good Riverside team. I'm not sure how much you've looked into them yet. Saturday, a Fullerton team, which hasn't played that well. But what about traveling on the road? Is there anything that you look at as far as challenges or how to conduct yourself, whether it's practice, study time, rest, and all that?
Of course, it's going to be hard games for us, but we're going to try. We need to get a road win. We need to get those road wins, and we're going to fight for that. It's just we're going to take rest, and then we're going to travel and get those wins. We need those wins so bad.
Just creatures of habit, I guess, basically. A couple more things before we let you go. And I look at the turnover tonight. You guys had a pretty quiet 11. And I know, obviously, that's a key for any team winning. Do you guys work on that consciously? Because at the beginning of the season, you guys were one of the better teams in the country, 9.7 turnovers a game for a while. It went up during that road trip for Grand Canyon and Long Beach State. And now we're seeing the numbers come down a lot more. How do you guys work on that in practice? How aware of are you guys in practice with that?
Sorry, with what?
With turnovers, keeping them down to a minimum.
Oh, just I don't know. Of course, we're working on that. It's just maybe we're not that stressing right now in the middle of the season. Maybe we're stressing more at the beginning of the season. We're just being stronger with the ball. That's it, probably.
Do you guys watch a lot of film besides, let's say, a group film session you're going to have, maybe watching the last game and things like that? For you individually, or maybe even others, do you guys watch a lot of film on top of that of your opponent or even of your recent games to maybe learn some things that you need to work on or things that worked out well as well?
Yeah, we're watching a lot of film, and that's a great job from the staff that preparing us for everything. But I think watching film is really good because we're feeling really good prepared for the teams, for their offense, defense, and what we're going to do better.
When you were at Xavier, what was the longest road trip you had?
Longest road. It was probably the tournament to Las Vegas.
Okay, so these are a lot longer trips already. You're
Yeah.
going to get used to it pretty soon. I guess your second road trip to the West Coast. Well, again, congratulations on the win, 68-55. Hawaii now 9-5, 1-2 in the Big West. Great game for Gitas Namiksha, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Congratulations, Gitas. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Good luck on the road.
Thank you so much.
And that was Gitas Namiksha joining us here on the Fans Voice on ESPN Honolulu. Gary Dickman back here at Simplify Arena at the Stan Sheriff Center. I'll get one text in before we take a break. We'll go back with more of your calls and texts. This is kind of interesting because during the game tonight, I was thinking of something that our first text exactly called, and I'll tell you what it is right now. He said, do you think AHC should be the starting point guard? And we pull up the rest of this text. He runs the point much better than Cody Williams. Well, the part I was thinking of is kind of an easier way to say Aaron Hunkin Clater. Every time it takes so long. I came up with AHC, and obviously the texter did as well. My thoughts on that are that I can see it either way. I think what's more important is maybe how the minute distribution is between the two and how good each guy is playing. I like what Cody Williams brings defensively. I think for most part he's a better shooter, and I think the experience does come into play. AHC, every game I watch him, it seems like he is getting better and better. I was a little surprised, not sure why it happened, but he didn't play much in the second half or down the stretch on Thursday night in that Santa Barbara loss. But Christmas against Oakland, he did play down the stretch. And again, on any given night, it's going to be different. I think with AHC, when you look at his stat line, it's not totally indicative of the kind of game he had. He had a nice 3 tonight. He has 4 rebounds. He seems like a guard that can get some rebounds, had 4 on Christmas as well. And he had 3 assists again tonight as well. And Hawaii did a great job, 17 assists on 23 field goals. I like it the way it is now, and at times they played together on Thursday. We'll see if that continues. He only got a little under 14 minutes tonight, AHC. Didn't have a great shooting night, but I like the fact that he's becoming more confident and aggressive on offense. Thank you for that text. We will take a quick break. We'll come back in a minute. I'll get to some more texts. You can also give us a call at 808-296-1420. This is the Fans Voice on ESPN Honolulu.
This week on Football Sunday on ESPN Radio.
Deflected and picked off. Intercepted. Cuts it back to the inside of the 10. It is a pick six for the Chiefs, who take the lead.
The top-seeded Kansas City Chiefs head to Mile High to face Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, who clinch a spot in the postseason with a win.
Nix throws middle of the end zone. Cortland Sutton, touchdown.
On ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. The College Football Playoff Semifinals on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Texas, Ohio State at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
The stakes get much higher.
When our best is needed, our best shows up. Penn State, Notre Dame, and the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Touchdown. The magic continues. Wow.
The semifinals of the College Football Playoff on ESPN Honolulu, 92.7 FM and 1420 AM. Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Still couldn't really hear you. Gary Dickman back here at Simplify Arena at the Stan Sheriff Center. Again, Hawaii does defeat Cal Poly 68-55. To me, when I look at that final score and a 13-point win, this is one of those games where I think the final score wasn't as close as the final score. So the game wasn't as close. I thought Hawaii really did a good job in that second half. Their largest lead was 20 points. They kept it in 15 to 19 range for a good portion of that second half. And I thought they did a really good job after a slow first half, where they only led by 5, and it was a really slow start. Both teams at one point, at one of the media timeouts, Hawaii was 3 for 14, and I think Poly was 2 for 13. Both teams had that slow start. Then Hawaii started shooting a lot better, and at the end of the first half, got it up to 40%. Poly was still stuck at 25%. Second half, though, Hawaii for a while was at 54%, 55. They ended up at even 50%, 13 for 26. Great free throw shooting game for Hawaii overall at 75%. And the second half, they were 12 of 13. 808-296-1420 is our number. Let's go to the phones. We've got Matthew on the phone. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
Hey, Matthew, good to talk to you. We'll get you a little bit louder, and go ahead now.
Okay. How you doing, Gary?
Good. You sound out of breath.
Well, I was just coming home, but I got to tell you, that was a good performance tonight. I think kind of like really a win that was kind of expected, but you were talking about the shooting. I would think another thing that made a big difference is the fact that we started chasing after the ball a lot more, because I don't think that's one. If that was one of the things that killed us, if there was one of the things that killed us against Santa Barbara, aside from that scoring drought, that was it.
As far as chasing after the ball?
Yeah, especially after missing shots.
Yeah, I think I saw a little bit of that. I mean, one of the things that you said as far as this was being expected, I know Cal Poly, and now they've lost several games in a row. They're winless in the Big West again. But going into conference play, they seem to be a better team than last year. They've got a new coaching staff. They have the offense that is not the fastest, one of the fastest in the country. They like to shoot threes. Their coach came from Grinnell College, a Division III school, and they were a team that shot threes every 7 seconds was basically their philosophy. So I expected that tonight. I guess the good thing was, as Hawaii is so good on defending the three, they did a lot of that, especially in that first half. So I think that was part of the reason Hawaii was successful as well.
Exactly. And for once, they actually didn't have a big scoring drought like they did against Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a big difference there as opposed to some games in the past?
Well, if you're going to have a scoring drought for a few minutes, that's going to hurt you. When you have a 15-2 run, including a 9-0 run was part of that in that second half, that extended the lead. And we saw Santa Barbara do that to Hawaii on Thursday. They started off that second half, and they had a 15-0 run. And that's what gave them a lead that Hawaii could never get close enough, although they did get it down to 1 at the end. Tonight, Cal Poly tried to chip away at that and did a little bit of that late in the game, but I didn't really think the game was in doubt. But, yeah, when you're hitting the shots like you did in the second half, Hawaii was hitting their free throws. They didn't take a lot of threes. They were 3 of 8 in the second half. But I think they did a good job of finding an open shooter. Tana Christensen and Gitas, to make sure we just talked to, were being overplayed down low, and they got several easy baskets for both of them by virtue of that. I was surprised Cal Poly didn't double-team Tana Christensen. Well, they did limit him to only 5 field goal attempts. It seemed like more. But they were overplaying those guys, and it was some easy baskets for Hawaii. I give Hawaii's guards credit for finding the open player and realizing how the defense was covering them. And a lot of that was AHC, Hunkin Clater, with those 3 assists. I thought he had a really good game again tonight. And the guards were finding the big guys down low, and Gitas got several of his baskets down low as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now, were you surprised at all that Connacht didn't put Jerome Palm in tonight? I was a little surprised myself.
I'm not so much that I wasn't surprised. I noted it. And I know Iran has said this, usually in the preseason or non-conference schedule where you're going to experiment with different lineups. I mean, we've said it numerous times. There are 3 new starters, 3 different starters now that didn't start in November. And that is kind of tweaking the lineup a little bit. Jerome Palm, I thought, has come on in recent games, at least from the Diamond Head and even the other night, and giving some valuable minutes. Why he didn't choose to do him tonight, I think part of it was Tana Christensen was having a really good game. He had a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds. He definitely owned the paint, and I guess you wanted to get a little bit more of a look from Harry Ruliadev. Also, the size of Cal Poly didn't dictate that Hawaii had to go big as much as they might have with a bigger team. It worked out well. Hawaii did out-rebound Cal Poly by 7 tonight.
Exactly. And I have to say that aside from, you were talking about Harry Ruliadev having that kind of game, Tom Beattie looked like he was up for the challenge tonight as well.
Oh, definitely. Josh and Derek just had him as the player of the game. And Tom Beattie, I'm pretty certain this is a season high. He had 15 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists as well. I just like the way his basketball IQ, his court awareness is showing through. He's aggressive on offense, taking it to the basket, and he's a smart player. He shot 6 for 9 tonight, so I totally agree with you on that. Matthew, thank you for the call. Appreciate it. 808 296-1420 is our phone number. It's our text number as well. And we'd love to hear from you talking about Hawaii's win 68-55 over Cal Poly. I do have another text that came in that says, do you think the poor three-point shooting by Cal Poly was due to good D by UH or tired legs after traveling from the continent for Saturday's game? I think it's more Hawaii's defense. And what I mean by that is what we have heard from Eran Ganot really since he got here, but even more in the recent days about defending the three. Hawaii's done a very good job of that all season long. It's a staple of their defense, and they want to close out on these three-point shooters and limit them. Knowing that Cal Poly has that type of offense, I thought Hawaii did a pretty good job tonight. There were several times where Cal Poly either was a little reluctant to take threes because of the defense so tight on them past the three-point line, and a couple of times where they did get threes, it seemed like they rushed them a little bit. Still, their percentage wasn't that bad in the end, but in the first half, yeah, Hawaii did a great job. And obviously, traveling here is going to be a little bit tiring for teams. Teams should be used to it coming over every year, at least once. And then when Hawaii does it, they're used to it as well. And they do it more often. So it works both ways. You just have to make adjustments as far as the tired legs. I know Poly played an overtime game on Thursday, and it's a rough trip. A little bit of a rough trip, I guess. And I don't necessarily think that that is one of the reasons why teams lose is because of the travel. But I would also say it doesn't help. It doesn't help when you're taking a long trip like that. And I just asked Gitas Namiksha about his longest trip at his previous stop at Xavier, and it was to Vegas, I think he said. That's not quite as long as what they take for teams coming here from the Big West and Hawaii going up there. I do want to get to a text that came in before the game. In fact, it came in while I was sleeping at like 4:30 this morning. Why he texted so early, I don't know. Anyway, the texter says tonight's UH-Cal Poly game should be interesting. The nation's fastest offense. How do you think UH will do? Well, I'll answer that now, and I think they'll win by 13. I do think, again, knowing that they had a different offense than they've had in years past, Cal Poly, that Hawaii did a really good job slowing them down. The defense was the bigger reason why Cal Poly struggled at the beginning of that game. Now, Hawaii didn't do much better offensively. 27-22 is not the highest scoring first half, but Cal Poly, just speaking of Hawaii's defense and the fact that they like to run and shoot quickly, and they scored 89 points against Irvine. That was in overtime, but that's a team that never used to score in the high 80s almost ever, whether it was regulation or overtime. And again, a new coach, new philosophy, and they were a different team tonight, but they weren't able to shoot that well, and they weren't really able to get in transition. Their fast break points were five for a team that is supposed to be the fastest team in the country. So I thought Hawaii did a really, really good job of slowing that offense down. I think that was something that was really evident tonight. And I thought Hawaii kind of clicked really on all cylinders, doing a really good job. Again, 11 turnovers, really good there. The assisted field goals made ratio was great, 23 field goals, 17 assists. Shooting overall, 45%. Not much to complain about if you're Eran Ganot, and a good way to end this homestand as far as getting ready for the road, because they do have a tough game on Thursday. Riverside will definitely be the tougher of the two teams on this road trip. Cal State Fullerton is the opponent on Saturday. So Hawaii now 1-2 in the Big West, hoping to improve on that as they get ready for their second road trip. Their next homestand in 12 days. And CSUN, another really top-heavy team in the Big West this year, will be their next opponent at home. With that, we will wrap it up here from Simplify Arena at the Stan Sheriff Center. Again, the final score, Hawaii 68, Cal Poly 55. Rainbow Warrior Volleyball coming up tomorrow on ESPN Honolulu. Tiff Wells on the air at 4:50 p.m. First serve at 5, Hawaii versus McKendree. Have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. Aloha.
Has been University of Hawaii men's basketball, driven by BMW of Honolulu, and brought to you by
Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union, Hardware Hawaii, Young Brothers, Dr. J. Marumoto and Orthopedic Associates, H-Camp, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program, Napa Auto Parts, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, Kahala, Dial Electric Supply, HGEA, and Young's Fish Market.
This has been a live presentation of ESPN Honolulu. We now return to your regular programming.
Buckeyes beat Oregon. We just need to do more of the same. We can't get complacent. We've come up short in a couple of areas. We've got to keep improving on those and just build upon what we've been doing.
We wanted to win a national championship, and the way that we got here, it wasn't what we planned for. Nonetheless, we had an opportunity to come back and play Oregon, and that's the only thing that mattered.
I'd say Ohio State rebounded from a pair of regular season losses, routing a pair of elite opponents by a combined 45 points, 14 to score 40-plus in consecutive college football playoff games, the previous 3 having won the national championship. Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian knows his team's up against it.
I think this is more of a great opportunity to play in the Cotton Bowl and in the semifinals of the college football playoff against an unbelievable opponent in Ohio State. They've got a great fan base. They're going to travel. Their fans are played against them in the Rose Bowl and different opportunities. So their fans travel really, really well. And so the challenge for us is to stay composed in that arena. The challenge for our fans is to show up, buy tickets, and support us. So that we can make it as tough an environment as we can. Because like I said, we're going to need all those factors in this game. This is the best team in college football, and we're going to have to make sure that we put our best forward to give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Fake to Scattergood, throws left side, intercepted. It's picked off by Texas and Mukubu and the Longhorns on to the semifinals.
We work in the winter and summer to play in these football games, so we're never going to quit. We're going to keep fighting hard, and you're going to get 4 quarters out of us, and even 5 or 6 if it even matters.
One thing that's been true about our team all year is their resiliency. We continue to fight back, and we need to play better football than we played today. But surely, man, our fight was pretty incredible.
Man, what a win that was. What a game for Quinn Ewers. He won that game for Texas over Arizona State. First college football playoff game decided by 1 score this season. Texas 13 wins, tied for the most in school history. This was Paul Feinbaum on if ultimately we do have an all Big Ten title game.
If Penn State beats Notre Dame and Ohio State beats Texas, the lone SEC team, we're talking about an all Big Ten final. We've had 3 all SEC finals since 2011, Alabama playing a big role in those. But this would really completely change the paradigm of college football that has been all about the SEC, particularly when Saban was at Alabama and then Kirby Smart going for a three-peat last year. Imagine if it's 2 Big Ten teams and the Big Ten is ruling the world. I'm not sure what we're going to do down here in SEC country, but hang our head.
How about that race, fellas?
I don't know.
Surprised that the dog stayed in its lane.
I was going to say the same thing. I ran track and field. I had a hard time staying in my own lane.
Oh, my goodness! Red Murdoch, pick 6. 30-yard house call for the linebacker.
Well, Red Murdoch is certainly staying in his lane. Wow.
Yeah, Red Murdoch, 13 tackles, 31-yard pick 6. Buffalo 26-7 over Liberty in the Bahamas Bowl. The Bulls 3-9 last season, finished 9-4 under first-year coach Pete Lembo and won their 4th straight bowl game. Coming up tonight on ice, and the night's top plays are ready to be heard. That's next. You're listening to SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
Texas, Ohio State at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
The stakes get much higher.
Penn State, Notre Dame at the Capital One Orange Bowl.
The magic continues.
The semifinals of the college football playoff. Coverage begins next Thursday and Friday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
Which teams are making moves and which teams need to just flat out move? Your Saturday means I'm locked in and ready for First Take right here, Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
The narrative was that, Ohio State's quit on their team. The fans don't care anymore. No, we should be mad at Ryan Day after that Michigan performance.
Paul Feinbaum, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a reach the bar, underground the
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the brother special.
straight to bar.
You need Donovan Mitchell to take that game to the next level.
It is Wemby's world, and we are all living in it.
We are witnessing Giannis take his game to a whole nother level.
This time, it's different. Thunder, Cavs.
Spurs Bucks, Wednesday on ESPN.
Greeny. This is one that I really find curious. This doesn't feel like something that an organization of this magnitude does. It feels beneath them.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
You could just watch ESPN, but why not tap in? Tap into all your sports in one spot with the ESPN app. Tap into articles, analysis, and content with ESPN Plus. Tap into who's who and who should be in your lineup with ESPN Fantasy.
What a monster week we saw.
Tap into all the, and never miss the
breaking news.
Because once you tap in, you're tapped in. ESPN.
Bam!
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for the NFL playoffs when our friend Dan Orlovsky joins the show at 7:15 a.m. Eastern to break it all down. It's on Sports from like 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
ABC Wednesday. Tim Allen and Kat Dennings star in the new family comedy Shifting Gears.
Dad, I'm broke and I need a place to stay until I figure out what the rest of my life looks like.
So, a couple of days. When his daughter moves back in.
The last time you walked out that door, you looked back at me and gave me a double bird.
I was 18. The double bird was how I ended all our conversations.
The wheels come off.
Can we try to talk to each other like rational adults?
Have you watched the news lately? That's not a thing anymore.
Series premiere Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
This is Freddie and Harry.
I feel like more so than any year, this is the year that Kansas City needs the number one seed the most because of how bad their offensive tackles are. And the reason why I bring that up, when you have to go on the road and play, the offense has to deal with what? Crowd noise. When the offensive tackles are at home, they're more so at an advantage because they can hear the quarterback. They can hear the snap count. When you're on the road, you can't hear it, baby.
Check out more from Freddie and Harry weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
Yeah, we're back on Sports Center all night. We're brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Women's college hoops, Lauren Betts, 25 points, dozen boards. Top-ranked UCLA shut out Indiana for more than 8 minutes in the first half, 73-62 in its first visit as a Big Ten Conference member. Back to the men.
Zurich, stop and go. Zurich down the left lane line, step through, wrap pass inside, Payne, lay it up and in! One! Pharrell Payne! Welcome to the rivalry.
It's Andrew Monaco, Learfield, Pharrell Payne, 15. Number 13, Texas A&M beats Texas 80-60 in the SEC opener for both. First on-campus meeting between these rivals since 2012. Emmanuel Sharp, 18. Number 14, Houston beats BYU 86-55. That's their sixth straight win. The Cougars have won 30 straight at home. Bryce Williams had 16. Nebraska takes down number 15 UCLA 66-58. Cornhuskers won their 20th straight home game, matching a school record.
That's inbound. Bradley. Cross midcourt. Round a screen from Love. Drives the lane all the way to the bucket and just lays it in. And the Wildcats back on top. Nobody picked him up. That was the key to JB in the first half. 66-64 Arizona, and Wes Miller will use his last timeout with 39 seconds remaining.
That's Wildcats Radio. Jaden Bradley, 15. Arizona, 72-67 over number 16 Cincinnati. Josh Hubbard, 21. 17th ranked Mississippi State beat South Carolina by 35, and Matthew Morrell at 15. 24th ranked Ole Miss passed Georgia 63-51. 19th ranked Gonzaga rolls Loyola Marymount 96-68. Night's top plays highlighted by the NFL, college hoops, as well as the pros. Marty Hausberger has the details.
Sports Center all night.
Oh my goodness! Check it out on Sports Center tonight.
Today's top sound.
How good is that? Are you not entertained?
Number 5.
Jim, we start with SEC basketball. A morning tip in Lexington. Kentucky's Kobe Bryant nails a 3 to give UK a 9-point lead late against undefeated Florida on JMI Sports.
Bryant goes down the lane, cut off, out to Garrison, fakes, moves in, back to Bryant, fakes, puts it behind his back, slides right, that slides left, good.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Hey, yeah, keep shaking your head on that, man. You earned it. Kobe Bryant had the defender playing like a yo-yo. He did. Up and down, up and down.
Number 4.
The Bengals stop the Steelers on 4th down to stay alive for the playoffs. The final call on ESPN 1530.
4th down and 12, 15 seconds to go. Wilson sends 2 receivers out to each side of the formation. Russell has the ball. Short drop, fires a pass. Incomplete. Freiermuth couldn't hold on. And with 11 seconds to go, that is Coffin Nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
Number 3.
Baltimore's Derrick Henry scores his 2nd touchdown of the day against Cleveland on WBAL AM 1090.
Pistol formation on 3rd down. They give it to Henry, sweeping to the left, breaks a tackle. He's to the 30, 20, Henry to the 10. He is gone. Touchdown, Derrick Henry. A 43-yard run, and Derrick Henry continues to rewrite the NFL record book.
Number 2.
The Bulls' Kobe White drains his career-high 9th three against the Knicks from 670 the score.
Here's Kobe. Why not? Kobe, topside 3. Got it! Oh, my goodness. Kobe, put him in the hole. Put him in the hole of fame. Kobe White is 9 of 11 from three-point country.
Number 1.
Bryce Sensabaugh pops a 3 for Utah, and the ciphering begins on 97.5 The Zone.
Sexton, left side, Sensabaugh. One dribble to his left, fires the 3. Pow! Utah leads by 40 in Miami. I said that right. My abacus can do the math. It's 109 to 69. The Jazz lead by 40 in Miami. I said it. I say it again. The Jazz lead by 40 in Miami, and a fire alarm's gone off in this building, or everyone's going out to have a Saturday night in South Beach because they've seen enough.
Not good times these days in South Beach for the Hoops team. Night on ice, a Hattie for Leaf.
Leafs get it up on the wing. Matthews to the line and in. Dropped it off for Nyes, who sends it around back of the net. Matthews trying to center it, but he did! Scores! Hat trick for Nyes! The Leafs regain the lead!
Sportsnet 590, the Fan, Matthew Nyes, a hat-trick 5-point game. Mitch Marner, a goal 4 gives. Leafs beat the Bruins 6-4. Austin Matthews had a goal in his first time back in 6 games. And Alex Ovechkin getting close.
A rebound, they score! Off the faceoff, it's Alex Ovechkin! Cutting low, backhand short side on quick. 9-10 left, it's 5-3 Washington.
872 Career Capitals Radio Network, 22 away from the Grade 1 Cap 7-4 over the Rangers. Coming up, Lamar and the Ravens, a division title. Burrow and the Bengals stay alive. That's next. This is ESPN Radio.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Kennedy. Coming up Monday, I'll recap the last weekend of the NFL during my Upon Further Review at 7 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6 right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Sports Center all night. More still to come.
Text messages and not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend, watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health Honolulu at 808-529-0000. That's 808-529-0000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
EC Network.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
We need to rebrand rest in 2025. We live in a rise and grind society, and when we chill, we say things like we're lazy and it's bed rot. In 2025, we're cocooning, aka we're taking a page out of the old Caterpillar's book. We're going to intentionally rest so we can emerge our best selves and let those beautiful butterflies fly.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. Amber and Ian.
Gamers, not attractive. When I think of guys that sit around playing video games, not to offend anybody, but there's no way to do this without offending people, right? But I associate it with, like, you're going to be lazy, you're going to be unhealthy, and you're not going to pay any attention to me. Yeah. So why am I signing up for this? What is the attractiveness about guys who spend all of their time and attention on video games?
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, AM 1420 and K224FR, Honolulu, 92.7 FM.
Coming up on SportsCenter all night.
The Bengals look to stay alive in the AFC playoff race in Pittsburgh.
Burrow looking to pass again. He fires a strike. Caught. Jamar Chase with a touchdown.
Yeah. The Ravens welcome the Browns to Baltimore, trying to clinch the North.
Lamar to throw. Backpedaling, firing back of the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens.
Jokic and Wemby face off for the second straight night.
Vassell lobs inside of Wemby, slams it down, and a foul.
Plus, undefeated Florida battles Kentucky in a top 10 SEC matchup.
Back to Carr, open, left corner for three.
Great execution. Great execution.
I don't know. Surprised that the dog stayed in its lane.
I was going to say the same thing. I ran track and field. I had a hard time staying in my own lane.
From the worldwide headquarters of ESPN, this is SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
Yeah, two of the league's top quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, close out their regular season. Top 10 tip from college hoops, and it's Wemby versus the Joker again. Welcome to SportsCenter all night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Jim Basquill. We're brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Plenty ahead in the show, but it's week 18 in the NFL that gets us started. A pair of kickoffs with playoff implications for both.
The Cincinnati Bengals are still alive. Burrow looking to throw. His pass, it is caught by T. Higgins. Touchdown.
Over. It's over.
Bengals.
I don't know that anybody can stand on the field and watch Joe Burrow and say he's not the best player in the world, and then you can transfer that argument to Jamar Chase as well, and you can argue those two to death.
We know we can hang with anybody. We've proven that this year. We've played every single team close.
And the Bengals began the season 4-8. Playoff hopes on life support, won 4 straight going into their final regular season game. Joe Burrow, third quarterback in league history, better than 4,500 pass yards, 40 touchdowns, fewer than 10 picks in a season. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Brady in 2007, Rodgers in 2011, both won NFL MVPs. Their teams, their respective teams, their records combined 30-1. Burrow's team 8-8, thanks in large part to a faulty defense. The Bengals needed a win and a help regarding the Dolphins and Broncos on Sunday to make the playoffs. Got off to a good start in this one.
Burrow looking to pass again. He fires a strike. Caught. Jamar Chase with a touchdown.
Yeah.
The Bengals score on their opening drive, and Jamar Chase has just made franchise history. It's his 17th touchdown catch of the year, tying Carl Pickens' single-season franchise mark.
And they made it look easy in that opening drive, but the Pittsburgh defense buckled down. They got it tight to a one-score game late fourth quarter.
Marked at the 19-yard line after the 12-yard run. Wilson back, throwing to the right, has a man wide open. It's Freiermuth, and he's in for the score at the 8:07 mark. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, was that sweet? That was as sweet as my Aunt Nellie's blueberry pie.
Indeed, WDVE 102.5 FM. They got a field goal after that. It was a 2-point game late. Got the Bengals to punt, got the ball back. 2 minutes to go. All they needed was a field goal to win. But the Cincinnati D stepped up.
All right, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. 4th down and 12, 15 seconds to go. Wilson sends 2 receivers out to each side of the formation. Russell has the ball. Short drop, fires a pass. Incomplete. Freiermuth couldn't hold on. And with 11 seconds to go, that is coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
Indeed, ESPN 1530. Joe Burrow goes for 277, touchdown and a pick. Bengals kept the playoff hopes alive 19-17 over the Steelers. Burrow threw that interception. His NFL record streak of consecutive games with at least 250 passing and 3 touchdowns came to an end, but they got yet another win, 5th straight. This was Burrow postgame with our Lisa Salters.
Joe, you had to have it. How'd you get this one?
Yeah, defense came up big. You know, it was a grinded out kind of game. It's great to win one like that.
You took a big hit. Over 500 pounds landed on you. How are you? How do you feel?
Yeah, it didn't feel great, but nothing crazy. It'll be a little sore tomorrow, but we're all good.
5 consecutive wins now for you guys, and yet you still don't know if it's enough. What's tomorrow going to be like watching with, your fate in someone else's hands?
Yeah, not great, but we put ourselves in this position. Nobody blamed but ourselves, so we'll enjoy this win and go back, watch some football tomorrow, and hope for the best.
Yeah, quarterbacks respect one another. Does Troy Aikman on Joe Burrow? I'd say yes. Post game, he had this with SVP.
I just think he's an old school quarterback, and for guys like myself that were pocket passers, that's how you had to play the game. You had to anticipate, you had to be able to read defenses, you had to throw the ball on time, you had to know where the receivers were going to be. The receivers had to know when the quarterback was going to be throwing it, turning it loose, and he's just masterful in that. And it's kind of a lost art. The game has changed, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but the way he plays the position is what I identify most with. And he does move around, and he is able to create and make plays because he is healthier than what he has been at different times in his career. But he's not Josh Allen, and he's not Lamar Jackson and those type of guys that can run around and make plays. He's got to do it a little bit of a different way, and yet he does it as effectively as any of those other guys. I just think that he plays the position at such a high level. He's a real joy to watch. He's my favorite quarterback to watch, and that's saying something because all those guys I mentioned, in addition to Patrick Mahomes and many others, I enjoy watching all of them because I think this position's being played at a really high level at a lot of places around the league.
Cincinnati 9-8. That's their 5th straight win. They will earn their 7th seed in the AFC. If Denver loses to Kansas City later today, Miami either loses or ties against the Jets. Their coach, Zach Taylor.
I just believed that this is one we had to have. These guys came with the right attitude. They've had the right attitude. They've stuck together. I think this is appropriate end, to this game is what we've done the last 5 weeks. These guys are just at 4-8. Probably one of the lowest moments we've had, sitting there staring at that record with the expectations we had. And the choice the guys made was just stick with the process, man, stick with what we're doing, believing in each other. And everybody gave their most. We won 5 in a row and we put ourselves in a position to cross our fingers tomorrow and cheer like a lot of fans.
Steelers, meantime, heading to the playoffs, riding a 4-game slide. Russell Wilson, Mike Tomlin, post-game.
I don't know that you go clean slate. You better learn from these lessons. You know what I mean? It's okay. We're a mentally tough group. It's okay to learn from these lessons and to remember the things that created this because there's nothing mystical about it, and so that's going to be my mentality, and that's what I'm going to relate to the guys as we move into next week.
I think the most important thing is that we're just hyper focused on controlling what we control this week and getting prepared for whoever we're going to play. And we believe that there's nobody on the list that we cannot beat. We got to be ready. We got to be right. We got to be clean. And we got to fix our mistakes, but also think about the things we're doing well, and we got to respond the right way.
Hey, tune in for football action today. The Broncos host the Chiefs. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. That's a win and in scenario for Denver.
2nd down and 7 from the 23. Browns moving from our left to right. Bailey Zappi the shotgun. Blitz pressure coming up the middle. Zappi throws intercepted. Nate Wiggins has it on the sideline. In for the touchdown. The rookie with his first pick six of his NFL career.
And Nate Wiggins, the pick six of Bailey Zappi. Defense got it done as well as Lamar.
Jackson takes the snap. Backpedaling, firing to the end zone, looking for Andrews, reaches out, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Mark Andrews.
The exact same route they ran to the other side. Not the same play, but the same route for Mark Andrews.
And with that throw, Lamar Jackson becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for more than 4,000 yards and rush for more than 800 yards in the same season. Here it is 2nd and goal from the 7. Lamar to throw. Backpedaling, firing back of the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens! Rashad Bateman wide open. And the Ravens are starting to pull away from the Browns.
Yeah, I'd say they got it done through the air with Lamar. They've gotten it done on the ground all season long with Derrick Henry. Became the first player with 1,800 rush yards and 15 touchdowns for 2 different teams. Also found the end zone a pair of times.
Pistol formation on 3rd down. They give it to Henry, sweeping to the left, breaks a tackle, he's to the 30, 20, Henry to the 10. He is gone. Touchdown, Derrick Henry. A 43-yard run, and Derrick Henry continues to rewrite the NFL record book.
Indeed, as heard on WBAL AM 1090, Derrick Henry ran for 138 in those 2 scores. Lamar throws for 2 touchdowns. Ravens AFC North champs for a 2nd straight season. 35-10 over the Browns. Lamar post-game with our Laura Rutledge.
Lamar, we know that you hope this is your year for the Super Bowl. One step in the right direction, securing that home field advantage in the playoffs. What can you say about the performance of the whole team tonight?
I didn't like our performance as a unit on offense. I felt like we could have played a lot better, way better. It was a lot we left out there on the field. A lot of opportunities we missed. Yes, sir. A lot of opportunities we missed. But we got the dub, and shout out to our defense because they played how they play.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that you did do really well was that no-look pass to Rashad. You knew it was a touchdown the second that it left your hand. What happened there?
I believe they dropped coverage. It was a mishap on the defensive side. They didn't really have to do too much, man. His route, he finished the catch, and we did what we were supposed to do.
What can you say about Derrick Henry's performance in the second half on his 31st birthday?
Man, on his birthday, and then I'm steady looking up at the Jumbotron, and they keep saying, yeah, he broke the record for this and broke the record for that. It's like, man, it's just King Henry just breaking records, man. I feel like he do that week in, week out, though.
Speaking of breaking records, you were the first NFL player with 4,000 passing yards plus and 800 rushing yards. You think about all the greats who have done it. What can you say about what that means to you, especially with the journey that you've taken to get here?
It means a lot to me. You know, those guys who was before me paved the way. And for me to step in and do what I'm supposed to do, I believe I'm supposed to do this. And that's just God get all the glory for that in Jesus' name.
All right, good luck with everything going forward.
I appreciate you, Laura.
Yeah, Ravens open the playoffs at home against either the Chargers or Steelers. John Harbaugh and being division champs again.
Very big deal to win the AFC North, against the Browns. The Browns are a tough football team. They were out there competing and fighting like they always do. I have much respect for those guys. So I'm proud of our guys. I'm excited for our guys. It's a great accomplishment. We had said in the locker room after the Chiefs game out in Kansas City that we were going to fight, and everything was going to be for one another and for a greater glory. And it was going to be, to God be the glory, whatever we accomplish this year. And
Cleveland, meantime, ends the season with 6 straight losses. Hey, be a part of the All-Night Nation on the Dr. Pepper call line. Call us at 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. ESPN Nation is presented by Dr. Pepper. It's not football season without the delicious taste of an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Football, it's a Pepper thing. NBA, how about Wemby and Joker again?
5 minutes straight up remaining in the 4th quarter. Vassell lobs inside to Wemby, slams it down, and a foul. The foul's on Westbrook. Victor Wembanyama with a slam dunk gives the Spurs a 3-point lead with 4:58 remaining in the 4th quarter. Give an assist to Devin Vassell.
Yeah, he had a 2020 game, WAI, with the call, but the Joker was better.
Watson gets the outlet pass off over to Jamal Murray with less than a minute to go. A bucket here, you win the game. Murray going to play some clock, brings it back out over to the midcourt circle. Murray has it against Chris Paul. 9 on the shot clock. Bounce pass over to Jokic against Chris Paul. Gets down the lane for the game winner. Got it! Denver's up by 8 with 43 seconds to go, and Denver's going to square up the home and home against the San Antonio Spurs.
That's the Altitude Radio Network. Nikola Jokic, 46 points, 10 rebounds. Nuggets spoil Victor Wembanyama's 21st birthday, beating the Spurs in OT, 122-111. Wemby, 20 points, 23 rebounds. Scoreless, though, without a rebound in OT. He has 57 double-doubles in 101 career games. Kawhi Leonard, starting lineup for the Clippers against the Hawks. He had missed their first 34 games with a right knee injury.
James puts it on the deck, floats a pass for Leonard. On the left angle with 5 to shoot. A three's up and in! Welcome back, Kawhi! From way downtown, the Clippers tie us up at 5.
He had a dozen. Norman Powell led him.
Man finds Norm. Target practice from the left wing. It's on target. That's 20 for Norman Powell. He's the first Clipper to the 20-point territory. And a timeout, Hawks.
Clips roll the Hawks 131-105. Ty Lue on having Kawhi back.
Nothing, just see him on the floor, and things are going to happen, you know. And so, like I said, just wanted to just ease into it, like didn't want to force feed him. I thought our guys did a good job of just, you know, not just sitting around watching him play, and we just continue to play the game. But you see with his presence on the floor, it makes it a lot easier for everybody else, you know. And so it was good to have him. You know, now we just got to continue to keep building off of it.
The colleges had a top 10 matchup.
Brea goes down the lane, cut off, out to Garrison. Fakes, moves in, back to Brea. Fakes, puts it behind his back, slides right, now slides left. Good.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Hey, yeah, keep shaking your head on that, man. You earned it. Kobe Brea had the defender playing like a yo-yo. He did. Up and down, up and down.
That's JMI Sports. Kobe Brea, 23. It's 7 threes off the bench. 10th ranked Kentucky over number 6 Florida, 106-100, handing the Gators their first loss of the season, despite Walter Clayton Jr.'s 33 points. Brea, a post-game with Jay Billis and Dan Schulman.
The physicality that teams are bringing against you, both Clemson and Ohio State, were intensely physical. That seems to be the game plan for every opponent. How'd you handle it against Florida?
I think I handled it pretty well. You know, every game, you know, you watch the film and see what's going on, and you just improve from it, you know. So I know that coming into games, teams are going to want to be grabbing me, be more physical with me, and that's something that, you know, the coaches know, and that's something that we're working on. So we've got to continue to improve.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How about the nation's top-ranked team?
Daney, pistol in there, turns, fires. You count that. Yeah, all day long. 27 for Lanier.
That offensive rebound gave an extra possession. 2 points out of it.
68-47. Biggest lead of the day for Tennessee.
That's Bob Kessling, Learfield, Chaz Lanier, 29 points. Top-ranked Tennessee over Arkansas, 76-52. Tie for the best start in program history. They're 14-0. Tied with the 22-23 team for the best start. This, according to the school, that goes a long ways back. Coming up, things not looking good in Miami. Ditto in the Valley of the Sun. Ant-Man goes off, but it is enough. More NBA on the way and college hoops on the other end as well. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
This week on Football Sunday on ESPN Radio, the top-seeded Kansas City Chiefs head to Mile High to face Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, who clinch a spot in the postseason with a win. The Chiefs at the Broncos. Coverage begins tomorrow at 3 Eastern, with kickoff at 4:25 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. More SportsCenter All Night coming up next.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225, 800-777-1225, or biglou.com.
The college football playoff continues. The college football playoff semifinals. Texas, Ohio State at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
The stakes get much higher.
Penn State, Notre Dame at the Capital One Orange Bowl.
The magic continues.
The semifinals of the college football playoff. Coverage begins Thursday and Friday at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
The college football playoff semifinals are here on ESPN. Thursday, Notre Dame's grit clashes against the power of Penn State at 7:30 p.m. Eastern in the Capital One Orange Bowl.
Opportunities these players dream about. Now it's a reality.
Friday, surging Ohio State faces undaunted Texas at 7:30 p.m. Eastern in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
Finish the job to play for the championship.
The college football playoff semifinals, Thursday and Friday on ESPN.
Born to be born again.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
The number one thing on my bucket list is to get an Italian sub named after me. That's how I know I'll have made it in life. So it's a very particular sandwich that I construct myself. But any classic Italian sub, I need the salami on there, the prosciutto, obviously the cheese, the tomato, the shredded lettuce, thinly sliced onion, banana peppers, oil and vinegar on the top of the bread, a little oregano.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Hey, Paul, I just want to come in here humble and boot Chris from South Carolina, best I know, and congratulate Texas on backing their way into that win.
Paul Feinbaum, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and the SEC network.
No days off when you love what you're doing. Sundays are the best day of the week because you're just one day away from First Take returning Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
And we're back on Sports Center all night, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. More NBA.
Saxton, left side, sets about one dribble to his left, fires the three. Pow! Utah leads by 40 in Miami. I said that right. My abacus can do the math. It's 109-69. The Jazz lead by 40 in Miami. I said it. I say it again. The Jazz lead by 40 in Miami, and a fire alarm's gone off in this building, or everyone's going out to have a Saturday night in South Beach because they've seen enough.
That's 97-5 the zone. An embarrassment, I'd say. Bryce Sensabaugh scored a career-high 34. Jazz snap a 5-game slide, 136-100. The rout over the Heat. Miami without the suspended Jimmy Butler as they try to trade him. He missed his 119th game since joining the franchise. Now, one of the teams he wants to play for, the Phoenix Suns. I'd say that's not good a situation either.
And Halliburton will hold it out near the timeline. Suns are going to clear their bench here if they get a chance. Halliburton, center of the floor, driving on Durant. Now he'll move toward the right sideline, and this one brings rain. A three. It brushed the bottom of the scoreboard as it went through the hoop.
Shot that one to the moon. Just experimenting at this point.
And it's 107-5. The fan Tyrese Halliburton scored 27. Pacers passed the Suns 126-108. Phoenix is 15-18. They are 12th in the Western Conference.
And pulls up on a straightaway three in traffic and drains his career-high tying 10th three of the game. He's got 51 points. He ties his career high. 102-90.
That's K-Fan Sports Radio. He had his career high. Pistons overcame Anthony Edwards 53 points.
Cunningham, right sideline, drives toward the basket. Fadeaway shot. Good. Cade Cunningham. And that's a dagger. 119-103. 1 minute to go. Cade's got 40 on the night.
97 won the ticket. How about the Pistons? Cade Cunningham had 40. Detroit beat Minnesota 119-105. That's their third straight and 6 of 7. Again, Edwards 10-3, 16 of 31 from the field in defeat.
And Kobe White has a career-high tying 8 three-point field goals made so far against New York. Martin making his third game with 8 or more.
Here's Kobe. Why not? Kobe, topside three. Got it! Oh, my goodness. Kobe, put him in the hole. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Kobe White is 9 of 11 from three-point country.
At 670, the score. Kobe White, career high 9. Trace, 33 points. Ditto for Zach LaVine. He also scored 33. Bulls beat the Knicks 139-126 after honoring former MVP Derrick Rose. He'll have his number retired.
And Embiid slowly walking down the court. Jalen Wilson now 1 of 6. 66-45. Embiid for 3, and that's good. Making it look easy. And celebrate. Trust the ire of the crowd here. Embiid with 22, including 5 in a row. So the lead now has ballooned to 22.
That's 97-5. The Fanatics. Joel Embiid at 28. Sixers over the Nets, 123-94. Brooklyn without starters Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, and, of course, Ben Simmons.
Free throw is good. 102-100. I doubt the Blazers will call timeout. They don't. 2-point game, and Simons brings it up. He has it across the logo. Top of the key. Drive, stops, goes under, left hand. It's good in the foul with 23 and a half seconds remaining. Anthony Simons ties the game and won. He's got 25 to lead the Blazers.
And the Bucks fall to Dame's former team, Anthony Simons, 28 points. Rip City Radio 620. The Blazers beat Milwaukee 105-102. Giannis 31, but the Bucks have lost 4 of 5.
Wiggins now with 1:10 to go. Goes right down Broadway to the rim with a dunk and a right hand slam for Wiggins. Timeout Grizzlies. The Warriors lead by 10 with 1:07 to go.
Andrew Wiggins, 95-7 the game, 24 points for him. Golden State fended off Memphis 121-113, but lost Jonathan Kuminga to an ankle injury. This is SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Jim Basquil. Back to the colleges.
Chad Baker, left sideline. Near the hash. Lobs it. Broom, left side of the lane. Faces up against Allen. Spins against Allen. Spins again and scores.
He's putting on a clinic. When he gets that ball on that block, he is just one of the best, maybe the best.
I haven't seen one better this year.
It's Auburn Sports Network. Janai Broom scored 24, 7 boards, 4 blocks. Number 2, Auburn opened SEC play with an 84-68 win over Mizzou. They shot 10 of 21 from three-point range. 7 different Tigers hit a triple. Keyshawn Gilbert had 16 points, 10 boards. Third-ranked Iowa State. 20 better than number 25 Baylor. Cyclones win their 9th straight game.
Inside Brown catches in traffic. Outside Proctor lobs it to the left. Cooper a 3. Bang! Cooper flag feeling it, and the lead is 17. Timeout SMU. 15:51 to go. The freshman out of Newport, Maine, loving his time in Texas. He's already got 24.
As David Shoemate from Learfield, Cooper Flag, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 4th-ranked Duke. Playing without ill coach John Shire, extended their winning streak to 8 straight, 89-62 over ACC newcomer SMU. And Mark Sears scored 22 at 10 assists. Number 5, Alabama, 107-79. Over the previously unbeaten and number 12 Oklahoma, the SEC opener in this one for both teams. Coming up, the Ravens and Bengals get wins. Baltimore, division champs. Cincinnati, keeping those playoff hopes alive. More NFL on the other side as we look at that 14-2 matchup as well. That's next. You're listening to SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll get you ready for Wild Card Weekend, the college football playoff semifinals, and, of course, all of the expected coaching changes in the NFL. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BOUNCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BOUNCE to 42424. That's BOUNCE to 42424.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Honolulu will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 808-529-0000 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Greeny.
This is one that I really find curious. This doesn't feel like something that an organization of this magnitude does. It feels beneath them.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
ABC Wednesday. Tim Allen and Kat Dennings star in the new family comedy Shifting Gears.
Dad, I'm broke and I need a place to stay until I figure out what the rest of my life looks like.
So, a couple of days. When his daughter moves back in.
The last time you walked out that door, you looked back at me and gave me a double bird.
I was 18. The double bird was how I ended all our conversations.
The wheels come off.
Can we try to talk to each other like rational adults?
Have you watched the news lately? That's not a thing anymore.
Series premiere Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Amber and Ian.
I had such a terrible experience learning to ride a bike when I was a kid and fell off and smashed my mouth and all sorts of stuff so many times in my shell driveway, which I should have never been learning to ride a bike in a shell driveway. I have such horrific PTSD from all of it that I hate to this day riding bikes. Hate it. I'm not good at it. I suck at riding a bike to this day.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on Sirius XM Channel 80.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
You're listening to Sports Center all night on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. Now, here's Jim Basquill.
And ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit progressive.com.
Half-hour headlines on Sports Center all night.
Get our top stories. Lamar, 2 touchdown passes. Derrick Henry ran for a pair of scores. Ravens clinched the AFC North. Burrow and the Bengals keep the playoff hopes alive. Defense stood tall late in Pittsburgh. NBA, Jokic gets the best of Wemby as the Nuggets beat the Spurs. Heat first game without the suspended Jimmy Butler, blown out by the Jazz. In college basketball, top 10 had Kentucky handing Florida their first loss of the season.
Here it is, 2nd and goal from the 7th. Lamar to throw. Backpedaling, firing, back of the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens! Rashad Bateman wide open. And the Ravens are starting to pull away from the Browns. That is the end of the regular season, as the Ravens beat the Cleveland Browns here in Week 18, 35-10, our final score. And the Ravens close out the regular season as the AFC North champions for a 2nd season in a row.
As heard on WBAL AM 1090, Lamar Jackson, a pair of scoring strikes. Derrick Henry, a pair of touchdown runs. Ravens won the AFC North for a 2nd straight season, blowing out those Browns. They'll open the playoffs at home against either the Chargers or the Steelers. John Harbaugh on the season that was for Lamar Jackson, over 4,100 pass yards, over 800 rush yards, 41 touchdown passes to just 4 picks, a better than 10-1 ratio.
4,172 yards passing, 41 touchdown passes. How many interceptions? 4. Okay, I mean, that's pretty unbelievable. Over 900 yards rushing, 20,000 passing yards for his career right now. I mean, you know, it's almost like, you know, say less. You know, what else needs to be said? And not just that, dude's a competitor, man. He's a fighter. He's just one of a kind. There's nobody like Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's in the locker room, and he's not happy about the last drive, and we didn't handle it great, and we had some personnel challenges and all that stuff, and he wants everything to be perfect, everything. That's why these numbers are the way they are, because of who he is.
The aforementioned Jackson on winning the AFC North again.
Feels good, had a T-shirt game. I always go back to my rookie season. We had Matt Weiss as the coach. He used to say that, had a T-shirt game, and that's pretty much always stick with me. So it's great to have this again. Very proud of our team. Piggyback off what V said, starting off 0-2, just looking at how things was happening with us, just battling adversity, people just doubting us, and just this turnaround we had, winning games here and there. And this division is very tough. We got some of the best defensive players, in the league in our division, and we want to matching up against them twice a year. Really, I'm going to say 6 times because, like I said, defense on all the teams we play, good defenders on all the teams we play. But I'm very proud of my team, man. We battled and we got the job done, but the job is undone.
Burrow looking to pass again. He fires a strike. Caught. Jamar Chase with a touchdown.
Yeah.
The Bengals score on their opening drive, and Jamar Chase has just made franchise history. It's his 17th touchdown catch of the year, tying Carl Pickens' single-season franchise mark.
And it looked easy in that first drive for Cincinnati, but it wasn't throughout the game. The offense didn't flow on this day, and you know what? Their defense stood tall late.
All right, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. 4th down and 12, 15 seconds to go. Wilson sends 2 receivers out to each side of the formation. Russell has the ball. Short drop, fires a pass. Incomplete. Freiermuth couldn't hold on. And with 11 seconds to go, that is coffin nails.
Bam, bam, bam.
That's ESPN 15-35 straight wins for the Bengals to close out the regular season. The playoff hopes stay alive. Joe Burrow goes for 277 and that early score to Jamar Chase. 19-17 winners over the Steelers. The talk post-game for the two Joes, Buck and Burrow, was about that Cincinnati D.
Our execution in the red zone wasn't good enough. That's kind of the story of the game. Not sure how many field goals we kicked, 3 or 4, something like that. So, if we convert a couple of those into touchdowns, that's a different game. Would like to have finished that game on offense and punch those into the end zone, but our defense stepped up and picked up the slack.
Everybody would probably just point automatically to Joe Burrow with the year that he's had, and that would be an easy answer. I think it's Lou Anarumo. I think it's the job that their defense did down the stretch. A defense, people were calling for his job, and he's been so good coordinating this defense. He's in his 6th year as well. He was a hot potential head coaching candidate a couple of years ago, and he and his group, they figured out a way to get it done. So they win their final 5 games. They have a chance, and like Joe Burrow said at the end of the game, it was a gritty, close game, and for them, it had to feel good to win one of those instead of what they've done this season, which is lose some heartbreakers.
And 9-8, the Bengals' record after that 5th straight win. They will earn the 7th seed in the AFC if Denver loses to Kansas City and Miami either loses or ties against the Jets. Cincinnati coach Zach Taylor.
We focus on bringing the right guys that when the times are the toughest, they're going to respond the right way. That's coaches, that's players. And that's all we saw from this team when it got really tough. And so I'm really proud of how this team has stuck together, how everyone's given their best. And we were able to win 5 in a row, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know Cincinnati will be on this one. Tune in for football action today. The Broncos play host to the Chiefs. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern on select ESPN radio stations. It's a win-and-in scenario for Denver. The Chiefs finally departed from Kansas City International Airport for their game in Denver after spending about 4 hours stranded amid an ice storm that blanketed the region ahead of an impending blizzard. For the Broncos, it's simple. Beat the Chiefs, and that snaps an 8-year playoff drought, longest drought ever, snapped by a team with a rookie as its leader in pass yards. That rookie, Bo Nix, Ryan Clark, and Mina Kimes.
The offense reminds me a lot of Pittsburgh. There's not
consistency. There are some explosive plays downfield. You've seen that with Bo Nix. And at times they can run the football, but on a down-to-down basis, they just haven't been moving it consistently and efficiently. In fact, they're 31st in first downs per attempt. So much like the Steelers also, this is a mouthwash game for them because you're going up against the Chiefs defense that will really show you, I think, in this one, how dependent they are on Chris Jones to get a pass rush. Karlaftis is probably not going to play either because outside of Chris Jones, they're not really getting after the quarterback, and this Broncos offensive line is one of the best in football. So this is a real opportunity, I think, for Bo Nix to get right as he heads into the postseason.
For me, it's going to be about protecting the football if you're Bo Nix. I'm not sure what sort of happened since they played the Cleveland Browns, but it almost seems that Sean Payton is saying, okay, we want you to protect the ball, and then we're going to keep you from doing certain things, but we need to open him up. But in opening him up, he has to understand that keeping the football will be all important, making sure that guys like Courtland Sutton, guys like Mims get opportunities to make plays down the field. I love the fact that when given the chance, he gives these guys opportunities to catch 50-50 balls. But when you go back to some of the games that they have struggled in, it's been because Bo Nix has turned the football over. And I feel like that makes Sean Payton a little hesitant to give him those opportunities and those chances to get chunk plays.
Meantime, Tua Tagovailoa expected to miss his second straight game. Dolphins at the Jets to close out the regular season. Tyler Huntley under center. He won a week ago. Miami in the hunt for that last wild card spot, needing a win and have Denver lose to KC. Mike McDaniel on Tua.
It's not a case of a bruise would be like pain tolerance, and that's something that, I think Tua wishes it was just a pain issue. It's quite literally being able to have the strength to do what we ask him to do, as well as protecting himself from, a very serious injury if we don't treat it appropriately. So he's I wouldn't say it was a bruise, but it's kind of a unique muscle issue that as a result of the hip.
And Tua dealing with that hip injury. Josh Allen expected to start to keep his starting streak alive and then leave the game early.
The Minnesota Vikings are going to win 9 consecutive games for the first time since 1973.
Everything about it feels like we're operating as one.
Yeah, how about this matchup, right? 14-2 Vikings Lions to close out the regular season. 875 winning percentage combined, highest in a season finale since 1977. First regular season game in league history between teams with 13 or more wins. Fourth meeting in league history. Both teams entering the matchup 10 or more games above 500, and first since 2005. Winner of the game becomes the 9th team in NFL history with 15 wins in a regular season. Sam Darnold, Vikings quarterback, has turned around his career in Minnesota, says, don't underestimate the Lions defense because all those injuries have mounted up.
They don't look too different, a couple injuries, obviously. Other than that, they play with the same tenacity, same type of energy that they've played with all year.
Yeah, I mentioned Darnold turning his career around, had stops with the Jets and Panthers that didn't work out. Jared Goff, who's turned it around in Detroit after L.A., says he didn't get a fair shake in his first 2 stops.
Seeing Sam have the success that he's having, he deserves it. He's a guy that kind of got, I don't know, he'll never say it, but he got the short end of the stick in New York and in Carolina, and now he's in a place with a lot of things around him that help him succeed. And that's every quarterback. That's not a slight by any means. That's every good quarterback in our league. And when you get a team that's running an offense around you and running an offense tailored for your skills, good things tend to happen, especially when you're a talented player like he is.
You're listening to Sports Center All Night on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. I'm Jim Basquil. College football playoff is down to 4 teams. The semifinals match Penn State, Notre Dame, Capital One Orange Bowl January 9th, Texas, Ohio State, Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic on January 10th. All 4 schools, their football programs, all of them have at least 943 all-time victories, led by the Buckeyes 976. Meantime, all 4 teams with the opening round bye lost as well. Notre Dame, a team still playing.
Fakes the handoff, looks, pop pass, end zone, caught! Touchdown! Kick return pass to 20, the 25, to the 30. He's got the far sideline. Harrison outside of a blocker. Jaden Harrison takes it to the house for Notre Dame. Stockton looking near side. Taken down on Notre Dame's sack to finish the game. And the Fighting Irish will move on.
whatever circumstance they're throwing at us, we're going to take advantage of it, prepare, and maximize the opportunity ahead of us.
And advance to their matchup with Penn State. Notre Dame 12-0 since losing to Northern Illinois in week 2, longest active win streak in the nation. Coach Marcus Freeman expects to have running back Jeremiah Love after he re-injured his right knee during that Sugar Bowl win over Georgia. Penn State coach James Franklin thinks there's a chance that Abdul Carter, their star defensive end, will be back against the Irish. The Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year sustained an upper body injury in the win over Boise State. Joe Fortenbaugh not feeling great about those Nittany Lions.
Why are we excited more about Penn State now than we were a few weeks ago? Is it because they beat Boise State, SMU? But again, I've seen Penn State in 2 big games. The Oregon game on a neutral field, they lost by a TD. The Ohio State game on their home turf, they lost by a TD. And then there was a close encounter where they didn't cover the spread against USC on the road. So I find myself thinking, how much do I actually upgrade Penn State given the fact that they handled the business they were supposed to handle?
They got a second chance, and they took full advantage. They lost in Eugene in October, and they rout Oregon in the game that moves Ohio State to the semifinals, 41-21. Buckeyes beat Oregon.
We just need to do more of the same. We can't get complacent. We come up short in a couple of areas. We got to keep improving on those and just build upon what we've been doing.
We wanted to win a national championship, and the way that we got here, it wasn't what we planned for. Nonetheless, we had an opportunity to come back and play Oregon, and that's the only thing that mattered.
I'd say Ohio State rebounded from a pair of regular season losses, routing a pair of elite opponents by a combined 45 points, 14 to score 40-plus in consecutive college football playoff games, the previous 3 having won the national championship. Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian knows his team's up against it.
I think this is more of a great opportunity to play in the Cotton Bowl and in the semifinals of the college football playoff against an unbelievable opponent in Ohio State. They've got a great fan base. They're going to travel. Their fans are played against them in the Rose Bowl and different opportunities. So their fans travel really, really well. And so the challenge for us is to stay composed in that arena. The challenge for our fans is to show up, buy tickets, and support us. So that we can make it as tough an environment as we can. Because like I said, we're going to need all those factors in this game. This is the best team in college football, and we're going to have to make sure that we put our best forward to give ourselves a chance to win the game.
Fake to Scattergold, throws left side, intercepted. It's picked off by Texas and Mukubu, and the Longhorns on to the semifinals.
We work in the winter and summer to play in these football games, so we're never going to quit. We're going to keep fighting hard, and you're going to get 4 quarters out of us, and even 5 or 6 if it even matters.
One thing that's been true about our team all year is their resiliency. We continue to fight back, and we need to play better football than we played today. But surely, man, our fight was pretty incredible.
Man, what a win that was. What a game for Quinn Ewers. He won that game for Texas over Arizona State. First college football playoff game decided by 1 score this season. Texas 13 wins, tied for the most in school history. This was Paul Feinbaum on if ultimately we do have an all Big Ten title game.
If Penn State beats Notre Dame and Ohio State beats Texas, the lone SEC team, we're talking about an all Big Ten final. We've had 3 all SEC finals since 2011, Alabama playing a big role in those. But this would really completely change the paradigm of college football that has been all about the SEC, particularly when Saban was at Alabama and then Kirby Smart going for a three-peat last year. Imagine if it's 2 Big Ten teams and the Big Ten is ruling the world. I'm not sure what we're going to do down here in SEC country, but hang our head.
How about that race, fellas?
I don't know.
Surprised that the dog stayed in its lane.
I was going to say the same thing. I ran track and field. I had a hard time staying in my own lane.
Oh, my goodness! Red Murdoch, pick 6. 30-yard house call for the linebacker.
Well, Red Murdoch is certainly staying in his lane. Wow.
Yeah, Red Murdoch, 13 tackles, 31-yard pick 6. Buffalo 26-7 over Liberty in the Bahamas Bowl. The Bulls 3-9 last season, finished 9-4 under first-year coach Pete Lembo and won their 4th straight bowl game. Coming up tonight on ice, and the night's top plays are ready to be heard. That's next. You're listening to SportsCenter All Night on ESPN Radio.
Wildcard Weekend is coming.
It's the Jets. He's gone.
The latest news, the best analysis.
This is the best coaching job in the entire league.
Plus, predictions and reaction.
Doesn't matter who we play and where we play them.
The NFL playoffs. Continuing coverage right here on ESPN Radio. More Sports Center all night. Coming up next.